Yo, Jeff, what's up, buddy? I got your message, by the way. I was just, I woke up and I've been busy. I've been running around and doing some stuff. You know what I mean? Running around doing some stuff. I just got home. I am going to have to run out here in about an hour for about 10 minutes to go pick up my laundry. But I figured I'd just go live and watch some videos. We'll hang out. And then I'll hop on World of Warcraft later for my raid. Let me just make sure this is still happening. 1 second. The TK finish clear. Still happening. 8 p.m. server. Okay, cool. What's up, everybody? Why did you shave exactly? Oh, I forgot. I shaved. That's right. I don't know. This is gonna sound weird, but I felt like having a beard and being like all scraggly looking made me depressed and like unmotivated and lazy. Is that weird, or am I just retarded? I could just be retarded. I don't know. I might just be actually an idiot. But I wanted to switch it up, you know what I'm saying? I cleaned my room too, you know what I'm saying? I cleaned my room, you know what I'm saying? Doing laundry right now. Took a shower. New Keith, you know what I'm saying? New year, new me. I couldn't do it yesterday because it's bad luck. I'm wearing my St. Jude shirt, you know what I'm saying? This shirt saves lives, you know what I'm saying? St. Jude's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I donated them $100 one time and they sent me a shirt. I've never worn it because I felt like that'd make me pretentious, but I have no other clothes to wear right now, so that's what I'm wearing. He turned into Rosie O'Donnell? Okay, somebody ban that kid. It's normal for a man to feel that way. That's why a lot of men actually don't grow beards. Yeah, I feel like the beard, like, I don't know. I don't know. It just made me feel lazy. Like malicious right here. Right, malicious? You know what I'm talking about? I want to be rich by the end of the year. How I'm going to do it, I don't know. But if anybody has any investment opportunities, let me know. I say that, but I'm literally about to file bankruptcy because I'm fucking retarded and didn't save any money from last year. But it's okay. We'll make it through. Kiefer, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in you. Bro, I look so much better without a beard. Like, come on. Don't. You know what I'm saying? CX coin? That could make me rich. What's up, James? How's it going, buddy? I'm not ignoring you. But it's so smooth, you know what I'm saying? So I'm eating your wife's pussy lit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know if these are copyright. They probably are because they have like 7 million subs. But I'm going to toss one on, and if it gets copyrighted, we'll just switch up. We'll just switch it up. Otherwise, your family. Okay, my family's good. See, this is kind of political. I don't want to get political with you guys. But something like as abortion, murder, middle ground. You know. Strangers rank themselves richest to poorest. Who's a secret vegan? Who is not a yoga instructor? What the frick? 3 levels of cooking. Can you spot the fake chef? I hope these aren't fucking copyrighted because I would love to watch this. Who's a Disney hater? Let's see. Let's see if it gets copyrighted. If it gets copyrighted, we'll have to do something else.
Did you know that every purchase at the Jubilee shop helps?
It's probably copyrighted, but we'll see.
The Renaissance. Yes.
Do people really think about that? So I was like, okay, I guess they do.
Whoa, mine is actually a little bit of Silver Age, but more. Silver Age?
Okay,
Sleeping Beauty, man. Sleeping Beauty.
I'm more of a 90s kid.
Yeah, I see the
all about
Everyone was wearing like super spirited Disney things. The only one who stood out to me the most was Lavender. She had a more dark like attire.
What's everyone's favorite Disney princess?
I love Tiana.
Ariel.
Mine's Ariel.
Yeah, look at this. I'm wearing the
Mulan, and it's not a stereotype, I swear.
My favorite princess is Vanellope.
Okay.
Underrated.
She's smart. She's a bookworm, and I'm a total nerd.
I think I'm Jasmine.
Oh, yeah.
She's what
Okay, how do we feel about the live action? I hate Disney?
But it was so emotional.
I just feel like Robin Williams made that.
That's true. That's true.
Wasn't horrible.
Will Smith was, I liked him.
I like that he made it his own. Lady and the Tramp, I was like watching two dogs fall in love, and I was like, interesting.
Okay, so it didn't get copyrighted. So I think we're good to watch these videos.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Make sure you stick around to the end because we want to share a little bit more about Jubilee and the series.
Until then, enjoy the episode.
There is no making America great again. It implies that we want to go back to racism.
I disagree.
Fucking retard. I already hate this lady. I already hate this video. I already hate every single thing that this fucking idiot said. Literally retarded. The Make America Great Again thing had to do with the economy and the way that the economy was before fucking Reaganomics destroyed everything. Fucking retard. Shut up. You're stupid. Okay, sorry.
Back to having KKK out and about.
Say like all.
Just a retarded victim. Just a retarded victim. Thanks for the $2. God, fucking victim Ziggy. Yo, Lucas, what's up, buddy? I need to get on one of these. How do I contact Jubilee to get on one of these shows? No. Okay, we'll watch it. We'll watch it for like 30 seconds. I don't want to hear it.
All the single furries, 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 all the single furries. Now put your paws up. I'm just a pop, don't know how to stop. I'm shaking my own little tail.
All white people think that way is Islam.
Hi, I'm Charity. I am a social justice advocate and a Democrat.
My name is Michael.
How do you do that as a job? How are you a social justice advocate as a job? Unless you're running some sort of crowd-funded something that you're taking money out of. I don't understand. All right.
In the finance industry. I'm a Republican.
All right, rich guy, Republican, sure.
My name is Hope. I'm a political activist as well as a student, and I am a conservative.
I'm Josh. I'm a writer in the film industry, and I'm a Democrat.
It looks like 3 rich people. Well, 2 rich people and 1 going to college who's going to be rich because she's smart.
My name is Christine. I'm a conservative, and I run a dating app called Writer.
She runs a dating app called Writer?
My name is Al.
Ride me, ride her, you know what I'm saying?
Suarez. I'm a student and political organizer, and I am a Democrat.
See, there's, I'm going to call this now. I'm going to call this now. I'm going to call it now. My mic is... Oh, it's 3 times louder? Sorry. So, on the right, this girl that's a Republican going to school, I can guarantee you she's going for something to do with, you know, she's probably going to be making $100,000 to $200,000 a year. She's going to be rich. She's going to be well off. This guy's probably going for liberal arts, studio, theater, fucking something stupid.
I have the same political beliefs as my parents.
I don't.
So a lot of times I do get told that I'm only a conservative because my parents are, when in actuality they rarely.
What do we got?
Right tipped $3. Check this out, the Wheezy guy at 5540.
Also spreading the word, of course. Not even funny. See if it's more funnier.
That's it. I don't talk to no fucking like 13-year-old. Like, what the fuck do I have in common with a 13-year-old girl? Like, what the fuck? 13-year-old boy.
But that's not even, bro. Bro, I'm talking about. He's talking about. He was the Discord owner. His homies are gonna be behind his back because he's blowing up right now. There was this one particular dude that I seen on stream that was his homie that he knew of him. I mean, not knew of him, that knew him and stuff. And he said, "Oh, he's fine. He's gonna keep going higher with it. We should put his ass on lock." I don't want to say his name, but
he's such a lame. He's such an L. He's a weirdo. He himself looks like a pedophile. But if we can't say his name,
you can't say that. You can't say that, Andre. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Talking about me, huh?
We don't really know.
Yeah, I know, but why is that? What killing me?
You co-sign? it'd be different if like it was something more nuanced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he co-signed a pedophile, bro. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
They're getting exposed for this.
What exactly happened so I can explain it to Moist Critical in his comment section? Dragon Nova, 20 years old, grooming, soliciting, getting children to fucking twerk naked and fucking masturbating in front of children. Basically. Look at the video.
There you go.
We talked about politics. It wasn't until
I mean, they're on my dick for some reason. I don't know why, but they are.
very recently that I realized, yeah, my parents are conservative. They really wanted my sisters and I to be able to come to our own beliefs and whatnot.
I do have pretty much the same.
Just find it funny that they came to your stream after this. Yeah, I know. They're on my dick. It's okay. We could drop it. But now, if they do anything, like if they make any like expo videos on Drago and like put me in it or anything like that, then that's gonna be a problem. That's not gonna be a YouTube thing. It's gonna be a real life problem. That's gonna be I'll see you guys in 6 months to a year problem. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not a threat either. That's the repercussions of thinking that internet thing trumps real life thing. You understand what I'm saying? And you guys can clip that and send it to him, because the whole arguing over the internet and memeing over the internet and making fun of each other over the internet is one thing, but if you do something like that, like implicate something that is insane to do with pedophilia or anything like that, and put my name in it. I used to beat up pedophiles, okay? You understand me? When I was in jail, we used to beat up pedophiles, steal their food, steal their clothes, fucking kick them off the tiers and shit like that. No. You don't implicate me in something like that. You know, on a platform and try to do something like that. No.
I'm the first.
Just so we know.
One to actually be able.
What am I going to sue them for? Did their $15 worth of ad revenue? What the fuck? What am I going to sue them for? You guys gotta understand something. They're probably not going to see this, but I'm going to speak like they are seeing this. I'm a grown ass man. Okay, I'm 28. I have kids. I have real life. You understand me? This is for lack of a better word, my job. Okay, you understand me? I do this as entertainment for the people that want to watch me, that want to support me and give me money so that I can do it on a day-to-day basis, and that's it. Okay? There's no like this isn't high school. You understand me? We're not like bullying each other in high school. This is a completely separate thing from real life. Okay? So if they like I said, if they try to implicate me and put me in a video saying that I told Drago to just keep going, keep doing his YouTube thing, keep doing his thing, which is true. But trying to twist it into a way that makes me look like I'm co-signing what he did or saying it's okay that what he did, which it's not okay, and we all know it's not okay, and I've said it multiple times. It goes way beyond that. Just so we're clear on that whole situation, it goes way beyond that. Where it is now is fine, right? What they said right there doesn't really matter. They didn't really implicate me. They didn't say my name. They didn't say anything like that. They did come to my stream and start fucking with me and arguing over Discord or whatever. That's all fine. That is all fine. That is fine. Implications are made. Videos get made. Allegations and shit get thrown out there. Sued or something else. Just trust me. It's okay. And I have many friends from high school, even elementary school. I know this girl right now that's a fucking lawyer. She'd probably do this shit pro bono if I called her. My name, I'm saying this right now on the record before anything happens. My name gets brought up in anything, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And trust me, I have the money to back the lawyers up too if I need. So, it's a wrap.
Able to vote and be
It's a
outward
wrap.
politically about my views. Well, I come from a low-income family. My dad's disabled, and they tried and they fought very hard to keep me in a good school so I can critically think on my own.
I got a lawyer for you? Oh, I got lawyers.
Constantly question and challenge my beliefs
I got
and
lawyers.
views of society.
Why did you decide to lean left?
I'd say primarily where I was, but I did give both a chance.
Sure, of
I
course.
read both
I believe
platforms,
you.
and I said, I think I agree with more of the left than I do with the right. But with that being said, of course, not one side is completely correct. People who are in my situation, I feel for them, and I want to be able to help them out. And I know there's other Mexican Americans or other people who is going to be their first time voting, and I want to make sure that they have a right path and they know.
Well, why
that
do you think Republicans don't want to help?
no Republican ever reached out to me.
I see.
Yeah, I don't doubt that Republicans want to help. I never got that opportunity.
Yeah, we just try to help with jobs. That's what I would say, and economic growth.
I guess I'm the unicorn standout here, and that there's a very clear political difference between me and my parents. I grew up in a
Of course this guy's a Democrat.
conservative suburb. In my first election, I voted for McCain because I got the talking points every night, and
Yeah, shout out McCain, shout out McCain. All right, good guy, good guy.
I was told about redistribution of wealth, and that didn't seem fair to me. But then I got older, I started meeting people with different perspectives, and I started doing my own research.
My party is misrepresented by the media.
Yeah, I think it
Yes.
Everyone. I think we can all agree that news channels in general can basically just suck.
There was a time when
Why plural laurels lawyers isn't one enough? So the reason why, this has nothing to do with anything, but the reason why people hire more than one lawyer is so that more research and more preparation for trials or lawsuits can be done, right? Having one lawyer as compared to 3 or 4 doing the same amount of work in the same length of time is just more beneficial. That's why you pay for more lawyers. So that and you know, more lawyers come with different connections, they know different things about the law, they have different specialties in the law. Having more than one lawyer is good when it comes to things.
Americans all lived in the same information space, and we could disagree, but at least we were disagreeing on the same set of facts.
Do you guys at least accept there's a big media bias?
On both sides, absolutely.
No, mostly for the left, though. That most of the media is in support of the left agenda.
Melania Trump has yet to grace one cover of a magazine.
Really?
Well, Michelle Obama was on how many covers? 190?
Michelle Obama was much more
She had a name
open,
for
and
herself. She's a lawyer. Melania's like, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, I do think Melania is a little bit more private, and that could
She
be
may
why.
want that, yeah.
So, yeah, MSNBC, CNN, NBC, even CBS, the list goes on.
In general, more media organizations tend to be a little bit more favorable towards the Democratic position, yes. But I think to say the two biases are the same. The fake news on the right is so much more blatant and...
Oh, come on.
You wish the left coined that phrase.
I want to make America great again.
I need to get on one of these shows, man.
Take apart Democrat or Republican, right or left. America is our country. We all live here. We're all citizens. I laughed a little bit when we heard the statement, I want to make America great again, opposed to not make America great again. I have no understanding or concept of how anyone in this room would not want our country.
I just didn't like the way, so the real reason I shaved this, I didn't like the way it was growing in after I shaped it up and shaved it. It just looked like dumb. So instead of going back to the barber and paying $15 for him to reshape it up, I just shave it and then...
To be great again.
The phrase "make America great again" implies that America was great to begin with. And if it was great to begin with, the question is for who? It wasn't great for minorities, it wasn't great for people of color, and you know, you guys sit in a position of privilege, in a position of whiteness, where you can say that because
Okay. But if a white person said you sit here in a position of blackness, there's riots. What the fuck?
it was always great for you, absolutely.
Excuse
but it wasn't.
me, I'm sorry, you don't get to speak for me. I'm
was-
Hispanic, so you
I'm
don't.
talking from my experience.
You just pointed to all of us and
But
called us white.
But you pass as white.
My mother was adopted out of Guatemala, and she was an
Well,
immigrant.
There you go. you count as white because she's Spanish? Okay.
You do not
Then
get
it's
to
not
point
directed
to me.
to you.
I will not sit here and be pointed at and told that I am sitting in a position of white privilege.
This isn't about you. Dude, that's the problem with
How is
Republicans.
it not about
it's not
me when
about
you're-
you. I'm talking in general.
That's the problem with Republicans. It's not about you. What? What did she? What did she say? What?
Bro, I am talking in general.
How is that in general?
If you let
I
me
would
talk,
never sit in
if
this
you let me
room.
talk, I would be more than glad
I would
to tell
love
you.
for you to
Can I
clarify that, but
finish?
you better take better care with
Can
your
I?
words.
Don't tell me what I better do. Thank you.
My point is, when we have a country that was built on the backs of slavery, the things I still feel today as a black woman.
Slavery was 140 years ago.
There is no making America great again. It implies that
Oh, sorry, it ended 140 years ago. I apologize.
we want to go back to racism, heightened racism, because it still exists today. It implies we want to go back to, having KKK out and about. They have a social media presence, but having them.
Yes, I know.
She is a fear-mongering, liberal, basically that. She's a fear-mongering liberal.
I've been threatened by them twice.
Like is what's
yes,
happened
I'm on their
recently
hit
since
list.
Trump has been elected.
When I hear Make America Great Again, I think he's just talking about the numbers, economic growth.
That's what I said, exactly.
To say like all white people think that way is wrong. It's just talking about how when we won World War II, we defeated the Nazis. We were the best country in the world at the time, given the fact all the segregation in the South.
So that's why I think it's dangerous, though, because it's too broad.
I just feel like even if he make America economic again, they would say, oh, he's trying to take the minorities out and make it more economic. Anything that he would say, they would attack it.
We should help the underprivileged.
Well, redlining still happens. It's just not spoken. Trust me, redlining is still a thing. Redlining is still a thing. It's still an unspoken rule amongst real estate agents for that. Trust me. And there's a reason why they still put Section 8 and government housing in certain areas in towns and things like that. It's still a thing.
Privilege.
Not on paper. In the brain, though. What was the question?
We should help the underprivileged.
I think it's written in our basic rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? Everybody should be on the same level playing field, right? Especially the underprivileged who don't have these kinds of opportunities. They might have grown up in an education system that's not as good quality as certain places.
And then do you think that's almost a disservice to them, having to go to a college where they're not almost prepared?
Exactly.
They were given, they were given though, like the opportunity because of maybe like affirmative action, for example, where they get into that spot and then they're like, oh wow, I'm kind of overwhelmed.
There's a number of factors that we have to consider, if we're talking.
You mean like the vice presidency? Sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
First of all, we don't pay teachers enough, so it's not exactly.
They work 9 months a year.
Attracting the best
Right.
and brightest individuals to raise our kids. If you do
To raise our kids, raise your own kids. What the fuck are you talking about?
great as a teacher, the incentive is to move to a better school with students who are already have economic advantages.
For example, I'd want voucher systems for underprivileged kids to go to good schools.
What makes them underprivileged?
I would say economic status.
I guess my question is, why aren't the parents working?
Oh, well, maybe they came from a situation where their mother was maybe in prostitution or something.
Well, a lot of kids.
What did this man just say? Get me on this show, please.
Kids are
Fuck me.
underprivileged because of the socioeconomic status they come from. The way our systems and our districts are set up, it's, keep the poor here.
Oh, this lady's name is Charity. Oh.
Keep the rich here. Lack of opportunities, lack of education. Kids that are sex trafficked are made primarily foster youth
sex
of
trafficking
color.
is very different
But it
than
turns into
underprivileged.
but it turns into adult prostitution. That's underprivileged too. If you're
Who is being sex trafficked? What's the statistic on the number of kids that are sex trafficked? I would like to know that. Why is she talking about sex trafficking as a main point of why kids are underprivileged or something? What did she just say? My brain just exploded.
you're a foster youth, I was sexually exploited as a foster youth. I wasn't prostituted, but I was sexually exploited. And when I was incarcerated, when I was a teenager,
A lot? Isn't it a lot? Like hundreds of thousands? Like a lot?
was incarcerated with dozens of little girls that were in jail for being sexually exploited by grown men. So even as we touch on the Me Too movement, these are people that are getting away with,
The Me Too movement originated in Hollywood with actresses that were paid millions of
But
dollars
it's
by a
real
director.
everywhere.
No,
It
it's,
gave
what you're
voice
talking
to
about
it.
is very different.
It originated there, but it gave voice
I
to
think
everyone.
the Me Too movement needed to happen a lot of ways.
Absolutely.
When it came out, even though it happened in Hollywood, I went on social media and put #MeToo. It empowered me. It gave me a voice. It made me feel like
It's all
I
good,
wasn't
Mr. White. You're
dirty
good.
or I did something wrong. I'm okay, finally, with being vulnerable and telling a story about something that impacted me as
Oh
a
my
child.
god. Okay, all right. The fucking liberal tears. Love to see him.
And that impacted not just me, but thousands, maybe millions of girls.
The other side's agenda has caused my life harm.
The other side's agenda has caused my life harm. Like not being able to go to Canada? Or fly anywhere, really? Well, not Canada. That's Canada's fault. Let's see. Let's see what they say. Let's see what she says.
I'm coming in.
I can't remember if it was the first time Obama was elected or the second time, but I do remember I was in middle school and a girl came up, got into my face, and was like, "You're gonna cry because your president wasn't elected." I felt very attacked and very unsafe.
What the fuck is that?
In that moment.
I would say mine was a little bit more life and death situation. I was attacked outside of a restaurant and stabbed 4 times. Back in Ohio.
Worse than mine.
So I just wish I could open carry and protect myself more effectively. That's why I feel like the other side's agenda kind of put me in harm's way.
Anecdotal, but I'm gonna side with him. I'll say all right.
I have a Second Amendment right, and I have a right to carry, and I don't see it any different, really.
I'll agree.
Personally, I'm not a person who believes that we need to get rid of the Second Amendment. I think that's a false stereotype that's propagated upon all of us.
Yes.
If I'm with my children and I'm by myself and or whatever the case and I'm being stabbed, bet your bottom dollar if I have a gun, I'm going to use it, but I'm not going to use a gun on someone just because they're in my way or I feel threatened or the idea of them or, you know, I'm not, but that's what's happening. And that's, you know, yours is a exception.
No, I'm watching videos because I have to leave. I have to run out in like 20 minutes to go, and I'll be back in like 10 minutes after that, so I'm just going to leave video playing. And then I got to play WoW in like an hour.
And I'm so sorry that happened. But when we see people getting killed, you know, when we see what happened to Trayvon Martin, you know, when we see what's happening in the world, it's because of, you know, as an identity, as a person, and because of the color of my skin. I'm a threat to you.
I think it's really about gun safety because we're not about taking away the Second Amendment. We're just about making it safer for people to hold arms or...
And for background checks.
Yeah, for background checks.
Background checks completely.
I just step forward because has the agenda, the other side's agenda, personally harmed you. And so from what
Is
I
the
hear
laundry
now,
done? No, my laundry's not going to be done for another 15, 20 minutes.
I mean to like disregard, discredit. It seems like someone from the other side attacked you, but not the agenda. The one area that might harm me is immigration. I come from a family of immigrants. They're all legal now, and so it personally hasn't harmed me, but I have very many friends and family friends that have had trouble with this. But personally, I have not been harmed.
I know that what happened to me had nothing to do with the left's agenda. And I'm sorry, it's just, but still at the same time, I did feel attacked. I felt unsafe.
Oh my.
Every school I had gone to.
Oh my. See, I couldn't be on something like this anyway, because I'd be laughing my ass off right now. I'd literally be sitting there laughing. I couldn't do it.
Since kindergarten.
What's this?
Complex tipped $2. George Washington advised American citizens to view themselves as a cohesive unit and avoid political parties, and issued a special warning to be wary of attachments and entanglements with other nations.
See, here's the problem, though. They say that you could overthrow the government, right? Like, it's literally written in, like, the Constitution that if you as a nation believe, I think it's something along the lines of, if you as a nation believe that your government is acting tyrant and you have the right to overthrow them in so many words or less. But at the same time, there's so many people that voted these people into office that even if something like that were to happen, there would be too many regular citizens also fighting against the other citizens that are trying to overthrow whatever part of government that they're trying to overthrow. Now, I don't know. I just don't know. And also, I guess they defend themselves with like the police force and the military and shit like that, so it'll never actually happen. But yeah, I don't know.
Country is becoming too socialist.
What's wrong with becoming too socialist? Because socialism, to a degree, I would say, in my expertise, stunts growth. It stunts growth. It stops people from. It would stop people from expanding their businesses, opening more businesses. Once you reach a certain cap of, taxes, like let's say. So this was my thought on it, right? So you have a business, right, that makes what was it, $400,000, I think was the proposed tax, where they have to pay like 70% after $400,000. Why would they work 3 times harder after making $400,000 to make that another $400,000 when they can just sit at $400,000 and chill? You know what I mean? So like, you have one business that makes $400,000 a year. You pay regular taxes. You have 3 businesses that make all $400,000 or $400,000 a year, but then you have, that's what, 1.2 million, so that's 1.6 million. So you make 400,000, then you pay 70% on the 1.2 million, which gives you another $400,000. Why would you want to do that? I wouldn't want to do that. I'll tell you what, I'm not doing that. Fuck you, suck my dick. But unless you're running like a Fortune 500 company that's making hundreds of millions of dollars, then that's different. But I'm saying, if you're fucking, you're running fucking McDonald's, or you're fucking running, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like, let's listen to what they say.
Am I the only one?
But isn't it growing fast? Because there's, what, 2 billion people there?
I would say that people want healthcare for all. They want college for all.
See, that's all different. That's different from what I'm talking about.
When in reality, someone has to pay for it. I'm okay with the schools being public. I'm okay with the streets being cleaned, or, the police force being paid by tax dollars, but that necessarily doesn't need to apply to the whole system.
Correct. I agree.
Think people want socialism, but the country certainly is not socialist, and it never will be.
Yeah, the country, I think that just like millennials, though, I would say a large portion want it.
They want it because they're lazy. We're lazy. We're lazy. I tell you what, I would love free money. Universal basic income, sure. Fucking sign me up. But at the same time, I know that point of time is not going to last that long. It's not going to last long. The good that comes, the instant good that comes from it's not going to last that long. I already know.
And as a millennial, I'm just going to say, I don't like to put the labels on things.
You are not a millennial, lady. What are you, like 39, 40 years old? Shut the fuck up. We don't claim you, even though technically you are. We don't claim you.
I don't want to say we want a socialist society. We want a society where we have access to opportunities regardless of party, regardless of race.
Yep.
When the Affordable Care Act was implemented, I immediately saw that I was paying more out of pocket. All of a sudden, there's this co-insurance I got to pay for. No one likes paying more money, but I understood the reason why. I understood that it benefited.
Same thing happened to my dad.
People that are less fortunate. More than likely, and this is just my opinion, that Republicans are often, what benefits me as an individual versus society as a whole.
No. I think I care about myself for sure, as anyone should, but collectively, I want America to be great again.
Yeah, but with Republicans, everything is fine and dandy. Give more jobs, give more health care, give X, Y, and Z, but then the second it personally affects me and then I have to pay more, then it becomes a problem.
Who are you
Just
referring
Republicans
to?
in general.
Who are you referring to, though?
Trump just introduced a new budget, 2 days ago, that cut Medicare, that cut health care, that cut social service programs to build a wall.
That protects the nation we live in.
What protects the nation is making sure we have access to health care, access to education.
You're not the president.
I'm someone.
First off, they need to fight, and second off, build the wall.
That's been negatively impacted by not having
finish building it now.
Care, not having education.
We all have. We all have been negatively impacted.
You've been negatively impacted by someone that crossed the border illegally?
Yes.
My
Are you
sister
kidding me?
has, yeah. Someone tried to break into her apartment.
And you knew he was undocumented for a
Yeah,
fact.
because he worked at her job along with many of the illegal aliens that worked in her company. Consistently, she was being sexually abused. She told her boss. They didn't do shit. And then finally, he got so drunk or whatever, he followed her home and he tried to break into her apartment.
Those things do happen, but it's...
Everybody, at least I have been affected by an illegal immigrant. My ex-wife's dad, because he had her here. Hey! No, I'm just kidding.
It's not an immigration problem.
I'm just kidding.
It's a problem.
You don't think that's an immigration?
I have nothing wrong with immigration.
It's not a problem for
Illegal
all.
immigration.
Healthcare is a problem for all.
If you have a good job or you have a job, you should be allotted health care from the business, okay? What's wrong with that?
If you have a job.
Why don't you have a job?
There's a lot of reasons why people don't have a job. Not with the type of job, the access to jobs. It's a real life thing that you probably haven't experienced.
Jobs?
So something that not a lot of people think about is what about
You know what the funny thing is? She's like the typical left, right? She has all of her talking points. She has all of her stances and everything that she has, right? She just said they don't have access to jobs. And then wait, what did he say? Let me just play back.
A job, not with the type of job, the access to jobs.
Access to jobs.
It's a real life
Why
thing
don't
that
we
you
train
probably
them
haven't
to have
experienced.
jobs?
So
Why don't we train them to have jobs and then look at a reaction?
Lana,
You can't train them to have jobs. It goes. What the? See?
not a lot of people.
She's
think
right
about-
though. What do you mean? Have you ever heard of Job Corp? You guys know what Job Corp is? It's literally just that. You bring people in and you train them for like, what is it, 6 to 8 weeks or something like that, and then you help them get jobs. We have these programs set up. These programs exist. I went to Job Corp for like a day when I was a kid.
Is what about automation? Right? There's a company in San Francisco that says if it's repeatable, it's replaceable. So what about all those people that are going to lose their jobs? And so how are they going to get Medicare? How are they going to have
People need to service those.
An education system?
That's a great point.
Well, then you have to get into one of the fields that isn't going to be replaced. That's what I
How are
would
they
say.
going to pay for their education so they can switch their fields?
Learn the code.
Oh my goodness.
It's not, guys.
Yeah,
it's
well-
not. It's not a right. Go to another country. See what it's like in another country.
But it should be a right.
but I'm
That's
talking
the
about this
point.
country.
That's
It should be
right.
a
That's
right.
my point, though. If to be in this country, it is a privilege.
Yeah, it is.
Earn your privilege.
Okay.
It is not a right. Having a job is not a right. Insurance is not a right. College is not a right. Now everything in this
Humanity
country
has
is free.
always found a way.
All right, I'm gonna pause.
She's right though. She's right. What this lady just said was right, and that's what I stand by, wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. Now here's the thing though. For me in particular, right? This is my job. My job is a socialist job. I have a socialism job. Like this job is literally a viewer funded job. This is literally socialism. My job, what I do every day, what you guys watch, what you guys pay, streaming as a whole, every single streamer in the world is a socialist job, right? I'm working a socialist job. I'm not taking away from that fact. But this isn't going to last forever. You know what I mean? Unless my channel blows up and I have, 400 or 500 viewers for the next 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 years, then yeah, sure, it could be forever. But I have I'm a salesman. I'm a car salesman. I have a sales experience. I'm good with numbers when it comes to things like that. I could go back to school for financing. I have different things to do. Like, so I learned. I don't really know where I'm going with this. If you want to do things in life, make sure you always have a backup plan. That's basically what I'm saying. Make sure you have a backup plan.
There, because this is the final.
Because this isn't going to last forever. Me streaming is not going to last forever. It's impossible. It's impossible.
And I am very curious to see
Like I said, unless I get rich and then I just do it every day because I want to.
what everybody says to this. If you would like to have a slice of pizza, I'm
on a keto diet.
I'm on a keto diet. Of course you are. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Shut up.
Hey guys, real quick, we want to give you a...
I'm afraid. I'm afraid when I see the police every single time because I don't know what that interaction is going to lead to.
Are you doing anything illegal? Shut up. No, I'm not doing a Zoom one. I like
Thanks
the one
for
when they're
joining,
in person.
guys.
I like the one when they're in person. What do we got, Complex?
Well, one
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
man's quest to find a job is raising questions about
That's because companies were getting government subsidies for hiring.
labor shortage right now. He says he applied.
A socialist job, term of the year. Yeah, what do you think this is? There's no backing to this job. There's no merit. You know what I mean? The streaming is literally the peak of socialism. You know what I mean? Like look at people like Ludwig, look at people like Biskiff, look at people like XQC. Not really Trainwreck because he's probably worth $50-60 million. But look at all these streamers that are millionaires from people giving them money. That's literally what socialism kind of is to a degree. You know, you're newsflash. This isn't hard. You just need to have a personality and the ability to talk and interact with people. This job is not hard. This job is not hard.
Applied to more than 60
It's not even a job. This hobby is not hard.
entry-level positions. Entry-level. But he got one interview, and he's not the only one. As Fox 13's Jordan Bowen reports, jobs are posted, people are qualified, but for some, in fact for many, the hiring isn't happening.
For people like Tanya Azam, the job search has been a never-ending cycle of submitting applications, following up with calls, but getting no responses.
It's like frustrating because I know myself because I used to work at an tailor as a sales lead position. So why now no one is accepted?
Is subscription-based services socialism? What do you mean, like Netflix and Hulu? Or are you talking about like Twitch streamers that get subs every month? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Accepting me as the same sales lead position.
Azam also previously worked as a medical assistant and has a bachelor's degree, but has been out of work for the last 5 months after her former employer reduced her hours. Now she says no job is off the table. She's applied for entry-level jobs at Target, Walmart, TJ Maxx, McDonald's, Outback Steakhouse, and anywhere else that's hiring, but hasn't received a single interview.
They just say, we are waiting for the hiring manager to come and they can call you back. Or you have to...
Yeah. I mean, we understand. Streamers and Netflix. I wouldn't say... Well, not like Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that, because it's television. I don't know. Socialism has a take by force component? No, it depends. It depends on what you're talking about. There's many different aspects of socialism. When it comes to the economic point, kind of. I mean, you got higher taxes. You got government controlled distribution of wealth in businesses and things like that. It's rough. It's rough. To be honest, I don't know 100% all the ins and outs of socialism, but I know what I do is a socialist job. It's a 100% socialist job. It's 100% socialist. Every streamer is doing a socialist job. And you can clip that and put it on live stream fails. But it'll never go there because, they don't like Republicans on live stream fails. But, yeah. 6 Democrats, 1 secret
Hello,
Republican.
everybody. I have an announcement to make. We have a new channel. Yes, a new channel. It is named this, and you guys kind of chose the name by submitting it a billion times on Instagram. It's a new channel for team videos, like director's comments.
Believe that they belong to a certain... How...
Family over here. Looking up like that I'm from Nebraska. We had Fox News on TV to school. I grew up in a really small town in Nebraska. It was very white. We had Fox News on TV
You're
all
not
the
helping
time.
your case.
I know. Not helping. I know my vote. Brandon kind of was coming after me, which is saying stuff like, that's a bad move for bringing up like that I'm from Nebraska and that I grew up with a conservative family. So I thought maybe, him coming off that strongly that he could have been the mole.
Where'd you go to school?
Oklahoma State University, which does not help.
Okay, yeah.
I come from a conservative family, went to college and was like...
Where did you go to college?
USC.
Oh.
Democratic family over here.
I think I was targeting Nick a little bit. USC is known for being a more private, conservative school.
Watch this, and I gotta go get my laundry, and I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
First of all, I'm black. I think the Democratic Party aligns with the interests of black people.
Incorrect.
The Republican Party really doesn't offer anything.
Medicare is a big thing for me. My father passed away right before I was born, didn't have health insurance, and so when he got sick and got cancer, it just happened so late. I don't want that to happen to
What does that
anybody
shirt
else.
say? That shirt doesn't fit because I'm fat? Or, oh, shut the fuck up. It says, this shirt saves lives. I got it when I donated to St. Jude because I donated over $100. I think, or it was 50 that you need to, I don't know.
The most important issue for me is the environment. I think Trump pulling out of the Paris Agreement was horrible. I think the U.S. should lead this global initiative towards renewable energy.
It's making me cry. I'm like trying to get it together right now.
Thank you. If the election was today, who would you vote for?
Andrew Yang.
Why?
Yeah, Yang Gang. Yep.
I think his, the freedom dividend with $1,000 a month helps, the far majority of people in America.
I don't mean to interrupt, but also, I don't feel like Andrew Yang really emphasizes the...
What? What are those, man? What the fuck are those? What are those?
Points that you first brought up about healthcare, and I think like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders.
But he is for Medicare for all, though.
Okay, true, but like I feel like other politicians,
Correct.
especially who have like
Would be
led
more-
the
I
forefront.
I'm planning to vote for Elizabeth Warren.
What are your views on abortion?
Pro-choice, easy.
I plan to vote for Elizabeth Warren. Okay, get that guy's fucking. That guy is just delusional. You watch the 6 Criminals and One Under the Cop? No, we'll watch that next. We'll watch that next.
Were you lying?
Like was inconsistent with what policies are really most important.
Oh
to
my
him.
god, wait a second. I thought those were.
I think it really.
I thought she had drawn on eyebrows. Those are her actual eyebrows.
Important question
Kamehameha Hadouken in the face ass bitch. What the hell?
is what values really make you a Democrat to you?
Why don't you start out with your own question?
Sure. I am Iranian American.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I'm Iranian American.
Okay, yeah. Your
And-
parents are immigrants.
Yeah, my parents are immigrants.
When Sarah started asking questions, I kind of cut her off, and I don't know, that seemed kind of like a very aggressive way to come at it.
Women's rights are really important to me, as well as like environmental rights. I'm a huge Bernie Sanders supporter.
What ways do you support the women's rights movement?
Well, like abortion, Planned Parenthood.
I'm half black, half Mexican, and my mom was actually brought here as a baby from my abuelita and abuelito from TJ, and then my dad's obviously black. And so kind of like the same thing as black people are Democrats. I don't like people telling me what to do. So like 150% pro-choice.
I don't like people telling me what to
I
do.
think Jasmine was protected by Brandon, which is completely valid because people of color should protect people of color. But I just felt like I didn't want to come in and be a little bit of
This bitch looks like a troll doll, low-key.
a bully and try to get to the root of the question.
But I would say like I'm a baby Democrat because I grew up Christian. My main thing is abortion, healthcare. Again, baby Democrat. I like just got into it, so
Welcome.
thank you.
If you're real, welcome. Both of my parents are immigrants. My mom was born in Grenada. My dad was born in Paris, France. And then I'm currently in school. I'm a political science major.
He's a Republican.
Law concentration.
It's either her or the gay guy on the right.
Take that first. Anthropology and geography. You didn't laugh, Nick. You didn't laugh. Anthropology
I'm
and geography.
smiling. I love your story. I was a theater major, you guys. How many Republicans are theater majors?
I would say my biggest values is I'm a staunch feminist. Like I'm absolutely pro-choice and I believe in women's autonomy over their bodies.
Obviously, women's rights is huge to me.
What is a staunch feminist, by the way? Does she mean stark?
The autonomy, gun control, also extremely important.
The big thing that made me a Democrat was knowing in high school that I was gay, and I was raised in the military in the era of don't ask, don't tell. Carried a lot of shame. And, yeah.
How old are you real quick?
30.
Okay, don't ask, don't tell. Until 2001 was the official United States military policy prohibiting military personnel from discriminating against or harassing closeted LGBTQ citizens or applicable while bearing only LGBTQ from... Oh.
You look so young.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just made me 10 minutes.
Wow, that went really fast. I think we all were just really open with each other.
Sarah? See you later, Sarah.
You're shocked.
All the other women in the box had very like concrete examples to back up why they were a feminist and why they were pro-choice. It really sucked that I had to like vote Sarah out, but in my head, her answer was a little less supported.
Raise your hand if you think that no one is still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
I'm gonna start off somewhere really weird, but it's just based off a study I read.
That guy's hands are really wide
You
open.
guys were to see a severed hand floating in a glass bottle, how disgusted would you be?
A severed hand in a glass
Severed hand in a glass bottle. How disgusted would you
That's
be?
an intense question.
How disgusted would you be?
I would probably be pretty disgusted, I
Okay.
would say.
I would probably throw up. Blood really freaks me out.
Okay.
Is it bloody and stuff?
I
Because
don't-
like that stuff matters
However
to me.
your mind goes with it, how disgusted do you think?
I can't even imagine it. So like I'm not gonna say super disgusting, but obviously wouldn't just have it on my mantle.
My gut reaction isn't gross, it's more like
Why?
comical and confused. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to know more information. I'm curious.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Yeah, what's the deal?
What's the study?
Okay. Essentially, a study in 2014 said that like based on like brains of Democrats versus Republicans are more likely to have like a gut reaction of something being more disgusting.
At the same time, though,
it's based on thought processing.
That's interesting
But-
because you two,
Cause
like, you're the
I-
baby Democrat,
yeah.
and then you were, or at least your family's conservative before.
Both Nick and Jazz were really disgusted, and that's why like both of them were kind of on my list.
I thought Sai's question was really interesting, and what's so funny is I answered differently than what I was thinking in my head, because I was thinking that if I saw a jar with a hand, I would be like, oh, there's a jar with that. It wouldn't really bother me. But I answered that it would because I thought that would be the answer they were looking for, and it turns out it totally was wrong to do that. Oops.
Who are your top like two candidates? What are the issues that like you most resonate with their platform?
I'm a big Warren person because I love the way she's run her campaign, that it seems
For the most part.
For the most
Except
part.
for the Native American.
Exactly, that is, oh my gosh. But she seems like she's really out to meet people personally, and she spends hours waiting to take selfies, and she calls people personally, and she's only taking money from regular
This girl's built like Donald Trump, Loki.
citizens, not big, huge donors, and I appreciate that so much.
I felt like Nick didn't come across as passionate. His answers just seemed a little premeditated, and I felt like they were just kind of read off without emotion behind them.
I really like Warren, but I lean a little bit more towards Sanders because I was a sociology major, and so sociology.
No, but
okay.
I like it.
I'm a people person, and in order for everybody to succeed, we all need to build each other up, not tear each other down. And so Bernie, he's
what
very.
policies of Bernie's are you like a?
Well,
a
his racial
self-supportive?
justice is like a big thing for me, immigration, and then obviously like universal health care. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the stuff I get is from like Black Twitter, so.
Which is like totally a valid
Which is
source
liberal.
though.
I'm gonna
I
check
feel
that
like
out.
we're all Democrats now.
Me too.
As soon as you heard him, you're like.
I had a target on my back that entire game. I think age might have been a factor. I think that the four that were left seemed to really be connecting as younger people.
Raise your hand if you think that the mode is still in the box and you would like to continue. All right. If the lights turn red, the mode is still in the box and it is. If the lights turn green, then you need to move out.
It's the Asian girls are Republican.
What?
It's you, isn't it?
Oh my God.
Who is it? I know now.
I named my dog after Bernie Sanders.
I knew it.
All of you.
Okay, the mode please step forward.
I know.
I knew. You're lucky you're black. You're lucky you're black.
I was the most suspicious of the actual mole. I didn't believe Jasmine at all when she said she was a baby Democrat. That's an excuse for being, okay, I'm a Republican, I'm coming onto the show, and I'm going to pretend to be a Democrat. So let me say that I'm a new one, then that way people will go easier on me.
When Brandon said that.
I'm so happy I can watch these videos on stream. I love them.
I feel threatened when I hear defund
All right,
the police.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get my laundry. I'll be back.
Phil?
Disagree.
Marcellus?
Disagree.
Evan?
Strongly disagree.
Kendra?
Somewhat disagree.
Ben?
Agree.
Zach?
Strongly agree.
Detroit Public Schools is horrible. Our housing is horrible. The mental facilities awful. It could be a lot better and the money can go elsewhere. If we can help our people before they get to the point where the police need to be involved, there won't need to be that much negative police interaction. I'm not saying all police interaction is negative.
Yes, defund the police, because it's not about us. It's about really reallocating the funds into services and institutions. People need to be decent human beings. And it's really about making the world more equitable for other communities so they don't even need the police.
I don't know if I feel threatened by it. I just sort of feel like pissed off when I hear it. Yeah, because if you defund the police, there's no training. You're not gonna get the response times that you want. And it all started over, statistically since 2015, we've had up until now, there's been about 1,000 people a year officers have killed, and that's going off the statistics of 8 million to about 10 million interactions with people. I take it a little personal for someone that just takes such pride in not holding any bias on any race or anyone treat everyone the same. Why does that have to come out of the police? Why did the police have to be defunded? I'm just because of the main media blowing up these interactions with people.
Well, I think a lot of times, the default to any kind of sociological issue in America is always the police. It's always incarceration. That's why, we're starting to look at, even you look at the school to prison pipeline, you look at homelessness, you look at mental illness, you look at all these certain things where it's just like, if we invest in these institutions more and that everyone who's involved in these institutions get the adequate services, they won't need the police. They won't need to be locked up.
I mean, I think the theory is great, refunding it into the school systems, and they get this great education and they come out, excellent citizens, but that's just not the case with people. There's been people that grew up poor and in poverty that grew up to be doctors or professional athletes or businessmen, and there's been people that had great families, went to a private school, and wound up being a piece of shit. I mean, you just can't predict what people are going to do. You're always going to need police. There's always going to be that chaos and craziness that is just an evil that's just kind of bred into the world.
There has to be someone to tell you, you can't do that. And if you do that, there's consequences.
But I don't think really peace comes from controlling people and telling them, no, you can't do this. No, you can't go there. No, you can't act this way. No, you can't be this way. I don't think the world needs the police to tell them how to behave. People know how to behave.
Do they? I get what you said.
Of course, people aren't perfect, and people break laws. Of course, but it's just like, why is it the police that has to come and step forward? Why can't it be the community? Why can't it be that whole saying of the village raises the child?
Policing without police, I'm all down for it. The problem is we are so disbanded from each other. I live in a really large city here in Southern California, and I'll tell you, my neighbors, they're great, but neighbor a block away, don't even know his name. So how do we have that neighbor a block away be the police of my family, which my values are different, your values are different. It's just, you need that level of law enforcement to have that sanctity of law and order. I love the idea, Evan. It's just not reality anymore. We're too big. We're too big of a world.
I have the right to use my gun if I feel I am in danger. Phil?
I agree, kind of.
Marcellus?
I agree.
Evan?
Strongly disagree.
Kendra?
Agree.
Ben?
Agree.
Zach?
Agree.
If somebody pulls a gun out on me, which has happened, it's me. It's my family, not you. You've lost your ability to use that use of force ramp, and we're going straight to deadly force, and there's no excuse for it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody's really debating whether you should meet a gun with a gun or a knife with a gun. But how many times have we heard the defense that I was in fear for my life? And that's a very, very subjective statement. And we've seen people use their guns whenever they were in fear for their lives where no weapon was being used. So let's look at it like that sometimes,
Yeah, it's a very broad question, and there's so many scenarios you could do with that. With you're saying I was in fear of my safety, I'm thinking more like a guy that's kind of not listening to orders and fumbling around in his car, and he has maybe a minor warrant, and the guy just shoots him. Run back to your car or something, disengage. But yeah, I see where you're coming from in that sense.
Using your firearm doesn't necessarily mean firing it. Well, I was chasing a guy with a gun, very visibly in his hand, chasing him around this building, and I finally see him throw the gun over his shoulder and drop it. And on my body camera, you can hear me say, "Thank God." And I reholster, and I go back to my taser as I'm chasing him. Sometimes it just comes down to, I may need it.
Do you feel like you guys could do your jobs without a gun?
I ain't going to certain calls without a gun.
No.
Give me a hose, I'll be a fireman, but I ain't going to be a fireman.
Yeah, if I'm a cop, I'm gonna need some iron. That's just what it is, because we get called to everything.
Of course not. I need my gun for this job. I wouldn't do it without it because everyone has guns.
In Canada, we have what we call special constables, and special constables are essentially sworn peace officers, but they're unarmed, and they do everything from court security to policing some of our community housing here in Toronto. But they wind up calling us who are armed because they can't deal with those certain situations as Phil or Marcellus was talking about.
I have broken the law. Phil?
Agree.
Marcellus?
Agree.
Evan?
Strongly agree.
Kendra?
Agree.
Ben?
Agree.
Zach?
Agree. Shoot, me and my boys at the high school, we used to go jump on a moving train. I remember one time we got caught by the railroad police, and they the feds. And I was like, ooh. So I thought we was all about to get arrested. He just gave a little stern talking too. Yeah, I was 18, and me and my buddies were out. Thought it'd be fun to smash some mailboxes, so we did, and got caught.
When I was 19 years old, I was arrested for possession of marijuana, just wrong time, wrong place, in an area that I should have been in. I broke the law, so I got arrested for it. Definitely what has given me my empathy towards individuals that we do arrest. I know how being arrested and how that charge sticks with you for your whole entire life. Instead of taking most people 5 months to get on the force, it took me almost a year and a half to have to appeal this, appeal that. And it just takes a long time to prove that you aren't a bad individual just because you were arrested.
I have feared for my life on the job. Phil?
Strongly agree.
Marcellus?
Agree.
Evan?
Agree.
Kendra?
Strongly agree.
Ben?
Strongly agree.
Zach?
Strongly agree.
Without disclosing where I work, this happened last year in the summertime. Big case here in Canada, actually in the United States, actually worldwide. We get the call, our guns are out, and there's no answer at the door. So we start clearing the basement, and we don't know if he's got a gun or a knife. All we know is that, there's babies and tenants. So we're going down, it was me, my sergeant, and my partner, we're going down the stairs. And honest to God, I was so terrified. I didn't know if the guy was going to come out around the corner with a knife or start shooting at me. We finally made contact with the guy, and it still haunts me today. We found his entire family upstairs, on the ground dead. And I've never been more terrified in my life than clearing that house, because I just didn't know. I literally thought I was going to die that day.
I was on a SWAT call out with the guy who patrol responded for a warrant for child porn. In essence, about a 6-hour standoff. We finally decided we're going to charge the door and go in and get the guy. He had popped off a couple rounds off of his balcony, shot one over the sniper's head. And like Ben talks about, it still gives me chills to this day. It's not easy to think about, but when we blew the charge on the door, I was the first guy through the door with a shield. And as soon as that door swung open and we pushed through, we were 6 feet from each other with the handguns right at each other's faces. So it was that whole emotion of, it's not gonna be me, And so I knew right then and there that we were gonna end up in a shooting, and sure enough, we did. And so when we talk about, are you scared or have you ever been scared? Absolutely. And I think people forget about that. Like, we're human. And even that was 15 years ago, and I still think about it. It's tough. It's tough, even living with the fact that you killed somebody, even though you were justified doing it. It's not something easy to live with.
6 years ago, I was involved in a OIS, or officer involved shooting. Regular call at a motel. My partner and I, we get there, come in contact with him. We're like, hey, he was on the 2nd floor. Well, as soon as we get downstairs, fight starts. Me and my partner, we're both trying to fight this guy, and he's able to get away from my grasp. I tase him. Taser doesn't work. He's able to get to his truck. He's able to get the key into the ignition, puts it in reverse. The door hits my partner, knocks her unconscious. I still have him in a headlock, and I'm running alongside the truck. I can't keep my grasp anymore, and I fall face forward. I try to roll out of the way, and he runs over me. Literally runs over me with his truck. As I'm looking underneath the truck undercarriage, all I think about is my daughter and thinking this is it. But Phil, just like you said, just that PTSD, that constant, this was 6 years ago, and it's still still haunts me sometimes. You know, all the surgeries that I've had and everything to try to restore my body, you know, nothing can take away the mental part of it.
George Floyd's death was justified. Phil?
Strongly disagree.
Marcellus?
Strongly disagree.
Evan?
Strongly disagree.
Kendra?
Strongly disagree.
Ben?
Strongly disagree.
Zach?
Strongly disagree.
You don't put your knee on nobody's neck, especially in a man that's a guy that's in cuffs. At one point, they had George Floyd in the back of the car. I don't know why they just didn't shut the door, but they pulled him back out, and then that's when everything took a turn for the worse.
People say, I need to see the details, the evidence that, nah, he didn't have to die. There are many other options.
I have yet to meet any officer that would even remotely agree that that should have happened. I have yet to meet one.
Two were like field training by the other two guys. I don't care if you're a rook or whatever. Say, hey, FTO, whatever, get off his neck. And if that was me, I'm a Ravens fan, I would have Ray Lewis tackled him on the ground. And after you see that, of course, every cop everywhere just, I don't know about you guys, get that pin in your stomach, like, it's going to reflect on all of us, all 800,000, 900,000 police officers.
I know in Canada recently the whole topic of body cameras has just reappeared. Sorry, forgive my ignorance, but I'm assuming all of you guys wear body cameras. In Canada, that's not a thing, right? There are certain departments that don't even have in-car camera. Now because of George Floyd, now the whole shift has reignited that discussion about body cameras. And I've heard people who have had 25 years on and say, oh, you know, they're putting this body camera on me, now I gotta watch what I say. I'm like, no, you don't. Just as long as you do your job correctly, and that's all it is.
And if there is one thing that is good about this is we're finally talking about the big elephant in the room, right? We're talking about how do we make our own peers, our own subordinates, our own superiors talk about it, you know? And Rodney King happened in what, 94, 93, I think it was. And it sprinkled, right? We sprinkle it, we talk about it. It still plays in our use of force videos. Don't do this, right? But nothing has ever been addressed the way it's being addressed right now. And so that is refreshing.
And I'm just curious, like, why is it happening now? Like, this isn't new, you know? Like, we have over 130 years of data.
Thanks, Eric. I love you,
that
baby.
The police are out here abusing individuals, killing them. So why is this conversation just finally happening now? Why are we finally starting to acknowledge the elephant in the room? Is it because
did I just watch this?
Is it because the video footage?
Because it was so in your face, and it was time. And I hate to say that it wasn't time 10 years ago. It wasn't time 5 years ago. Our job is to make it now and to fix it now. And so, man, let's go offline and figure it out. I'm pumped.
I understand why people say all cops are bastards. Phil?
Strongly disagree.
Marcellus?
Disagree.
Evan?
Strongly agree.
Kendra?
Somewhat agree.
Ben?
Would agree.
Zach?
Somewhat agree.
Cops can be jerks. Plain and simple.
Watch. All right, what do we got here?
During personality.
Why I hate Elon Musk. Alexa chat. Do you guys want to watch a 17-minute video on why this one person hates Elon Musk?
I mean,
Yo, Pale Rider, what's going on, buddy? I seen you sneak in the back door while I was gone. What's going on?
cops can be assholes. Sometimes it's their nature, it's their character. Sometimes it can just be a tough day. Officers go from call to call, and sometimes...
I don't think Aiden has ever donated to me, ever, actually. Flim Flam.
Sometimes you can...
But it doesn't matter. I have people that watch me all the time that don't donate.
Just...
And have never donated, and probably won't ever donate, which is fine. Because if I stream for donations, I'd be pissed. I'd be an unhappy streamer. Streamers that stream just for the money aspect are terrible streamers. Yo, Vitaly, what's going on, buddy?
Came from a call...
Like me? Yay, Robs!
All that... Where...
Is that a moon video? It is a moon video. It is a moon video, yes.
You know, you had to tell someone that their loved one died, or you
yeah, no.
responded to an overdose, or...
You don't know, but I have? Really? Okay.
God forbid, you just saw a child, you know, a death.
I'll be back in a second. All right,
And
I'm
now
here.
you have to respond to another call. You're not going to be all happy and chipper, and so I can somewhat agree.
I said strongly disagree. I can understand somebody feeling that way, but it's become so cliche now. I understand that my uniform, my badge, my patches, everything that you see represents that, but don't forget that I'm still a person. And some of the things that you may even say, I agree with, but that's tough. I'm not gonna say that poor us police officers, right? Because we signed up for that.
Why are there a few American streamers who do Omegle streams unpopular? I don't know.
This crap. We did, but at some point we gotta say enough with the name calling, and let's figure this out.
Yeah, I strongly agree, and I strongly understand because.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't care about the cop video. What was their one? What was 6 criminals and a cop? 1 undercover cop. Okay. I want to watch this, and then we can watch something else. We can switch up the content.
Hey, good humans, it's Paulo. You might recognize my voice from Odd One Out, and that's because I directed the season. Before we get into the video, we want to take a second to thank our sponsor, Atlas VPN. Internet security is a big deal.
No,
these days,
$500.
and Atlas VPN is a super easy to all huge Harry Potter fans.
No, we'll watch yours next. We'll watch yours
My virtual app
next.
is one of the you can get last surprise.
So what is everybody's name and why are you guys here?
My name is Trina and I'm here because I have DUIs. I also have a lot of traffic tickets.
I'm Jeremiah. My convictions are receiving stolen goods, possession of paraphernalia, drunk in public, and disturbing the peace.
I'm Andrew. When I was 15, which is 4 years ago, I was arrested for tagging on
Bro, this black guy's the cop. I can already tell already. Look at him. Look at him. This is the cop right here.
someone's walls.
My name is Akil, and one time as a juvenile, I did a run out in a store with a group of fans.
Irix donated more than $100. But we're not talking about donating money. Who cares? If you guys aren't actually donating money right now, who cares? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But who cares? Just shut up. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
That's what the rest.
My name's Ricky.
In my opinion, watching me, bad guy is not black. Yeah, he's the cop, is what I'm saying. It's six criminals and one undercover cop. But, yeah, who cares about money? Who cares about donations? Who cares? Shut the fuck up.
Racing, reckless driving, and evading.
Okay, my name is Kenya, and my last conviction was intent to defraud.
I'm Isai. I also got in some trouble with the law for street racing.
In the beginning, he was sketchy. Like his mannerisms, he seemed a bit nervous.
What's everyone's profession?
I rap cars.
I rap cars? Okay, I believe it. But that guy, that black guy definitely seems like a cop.
raps. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're...
Yeah, I'm saying this is the cop, the black guy. 100%. 100% the cop. Either the black guy or the little Spanish lady. Or am I too?
Cute?
Yeah.
What's your profession? I'm curious.
I write books.
Write books?
What kind?
Can you take off your
urban
hat
romance.
for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to look because a lot of cops have conservative
For sure.
like style and hair.
I agree.
When did you get your GTA or whatever?
GTA.
GTA?
It was actually this year.
Didn't you say it was GTA or no? You said
Street
racing.
racing.
Oh.
Street racing.
Okay, they've donated 1,000. I probably built this channel. Believe it.
I noticed that Trina, she's kind of accusing everybody else.
Just the way he was standing really straight, his build. You know, all cops gotta be big.
Yeah, Akil, the black guy.
I think because me being the only African American player, it would be like, maybe he's the one. Maybe that's the throw off.
We were gonna say like what everybody does for their profession.
Oh, I work at the California Science Center. I've been there for about 2 months.
I'm a therapist.
I'm a barista.
I'm curious that when you stole the car, or
I didn't steal
no
no car.
speeding.
First of all,
Sorry,
hold on.
confused.
My mom was watching
sorry,
this.
guys. sorry.
No, allegedly.
No disrespect. I apologize.
Nah, for sure, but I was doing some street racing.
Cops are pretty conservative, and I'm curious because you guys street race. How come you guys don't have any tattoos?
I do. Mine are all anime related, so I got Shenron right here.
The anime checks out.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Yeah.
I don't have tattoos because of religious reasons.
Esai didn't have any tattoos. It didn't seem like he had much of a criminal history that seemed like it was really legitimate.
Are those real plugs, or those are the ones that are magnet?
They're magnets, bro. Yeah.
Oh, so
Good question. Good question.
I have my suspicion, like, why would someone want to wear fake earrings?
So stretching your ears hurts, and afterwards they smell, and I'm very sensitive to smell, so I gag.
Did anybody do like any jail time?
Yeah, I did 3 months.
3 months?
I was supposed to do 2 years, but I had a kid that was really young, and the judge kind of felt bad with my health problems at the time. And so he went ahead and gave me a weekend, and I had to do that weekend, and then I was released on
Same.
Monday.
I did the 2 days.
Wait. She was supposed to get 2 years, and they gave her 1 weekend? That's literally not possible unless they what the fuck? What?
Went to court. What about you?
No, I never had to do jail.
I personally didn't do any jail time because the cop that pulled me over, he literally like is a regular at my job. And this dude, like, he was like, bro. And I was like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like,
they impound your car?
Oh, so he didn't even give you a conviction? He just let you go?
He did.
Oh.
He didn't take me in though.
Oh, lucky, bro.
Shout out.
I was so suspicious of Esai because he was just too goody-goody.
We have a 3-way tie.
Oh, no! Wow.
The tie is between Esai, Andrew, and Kenya.
I looked at myself in the mirror when I got here and I was like, oh.
Kenya? Isn't that Kenya? Kenia? That's Kenya? Kenya?
Oh, probably not the right outfit for what I'm trying to portray.
Each person will get 20 seconds to state your case.
February, I was racing, got pulled over. March, had court, 3 months, license suspended, went on my record, all that. I mean, that's the only thing I've ever done though. That's why like the cop didn't take my car. I've been driving 7 years prior to that and had no tickets.
So my criminal record is pretty extensive, but let's just start from my last and final arrest. I was arrested at the bank and I was cashing a check. It was all bad. I did 3.5 years. It was not my first conviction. I had plenty of priors.
I was just a tagger when I was like 15. So in my freshman year, I tagged someone's house. The cops caught me because it was by my school. Luckily, I didn't go to jail because it was my first time being arrested as a minor. So all they did was write me a ticket.
For sure. Good luck, guys.
What's
I
that?
don't have any tattoos, no piercings, so I guess they just don't put it together.
Please raise your hand if you still have doubt and want to continue playing the game.
You guys were on the chopping block, so I'm curious, like, why do you think that we would think that it would be you two?
I think I look too proper. I don't dress like this ever because I'm a stay-at-home mom. Usually you'll find me in sweats and like a t-shirt.
I think I'm also dressed a little proper. I have the brogues. You know, I think that's the most expensive piece I have on me.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna bring back to the earrings.
Yeah.
If you're not a cop, why can't you just get the real plug?
I've tried it, and stretching your ears hurts.
But not at that gauge, it doesn't.
I just feel like I didn't think it was too
Get off the earrings, dude. What the hell?
suspicious. I thought maybe he just liked the look.
What kind of drugs have you done in your past, maybe might still be using? And I'll go first. DXM, weed, alcohol. Basically, I've
DXM?
Tried almost everything.
I don't like weed. I don't like the smell. It gives me a headache. But I do drink.
So in high school, I started drinking alcohol. I became an alcoholic with my friends. So I overcame my addiction, but every now and then when I'm with my family, I might have the occasional drink.
He said he was an alcoholic at such a young age. I thought that was a little weird.
I was gonna say, even the street racing, I could see people still probably hiring someone that, because it's not like,
Right.
I don't say it's like a crime, like there's no one that gets hurt.
Right.
So mine was on the 210 freeway going past Pasadena. I was going like 110. I didn't see the cop. He was parked on the side.
So you got caught speeding.
No, but there was another. It was an
Oh,
Audi
it was both of you
A4.
guys.
Yeah. When I passed by, it took him a while to catch up because he started from nothing. So they said I was evading. So that was like an additional thing, and that was like $2,000 in fines. My car got impounded for 30 days, and my license suspended for a year.
I'm thinking that the record could still look good for the cops, though. I think.
Yeah, already found out.
He seemed a little more quiet.
Goodbye, y'all. Bye. Damn. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out because my mom was rooting for me. So I told her, like, I'm a win for you and all that, but I mean, it's cool.
Please raise your hand if you want to continue playing the game in 3, 2, 1.
How do you guys feel about police?
Oh, good. So I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about ACAB?
Oh, ACAB.
Do you know what that means? What does it stand for?
All cops are bad.
I thought it was bastards.
Bastards.
Yeah. Trina and Jeremiah were partnered up. She got it wrong, so as soon as I saw that she got it wrong, I kind of just tried to scoot over and be a part of their group.
I get anxiety just riding in the car when a cop gets behind me.
Right.
Really, I start sweating. I freak
Right.
out. I start like looking for my cigarette. I don't smoke. It's crazy. It's bad.
This is not a cop. She's not built like a cop at all. She's built like she's literally high on meth right now.
I don't like. I'm so uneasy
Right.
around cops.
I know that there are good cops out there, but I
Where?
think that we just see. No, because I mean, if we're gonna be realistic, there probably
No,
are.
I mean, it's true.
Right? But
Yeah.
I think that we see so many in the media and stuff
Right.
like that. There are bad abuse of power.
I'm not even comfortable with like military people.
I'm a military brat.
Are you?
Yeah. I feel like they're different than cops.
A lot of them come from war and then they turn into
Cops,
police.
yeah.
And there I'm not
that's-
really
Yeah.
too sure where you stand now because.
Where I stand?
No, them
Oh,
in
okay.
general. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
How do your parents feel about that, considering that you're a military brat?
I grew up in a up family, so they kind of like.
She could easily be the cop, though. I said it was either the black guy or her.
Expected,
So it's
like
Gotcha.
us to kind of went astray.
Gotcha.
When she came at me, I thought that was odd because it wanted to divert attention away from her.
How about you?
Yeah.
How did your family feel about
I think the mole is still here.
I
I'm
do
just
too.
like,
I feel it.
yeah.
I feel like I'm feeling uneasy in here.
I've always been into cars, so
Okay.
yeah, no, they kind of expected
So, like, the street racing was expected?
it. Kind of.
He could have been the one that was the cop, you know, being that he was a
There's no. I'm gonna say this right now, and you can call me homophobic, but I don't think that gay guy's a cop. I just don't see. He unless he's faking the accent, I don't see that guy being a cop, the gay guy.
military brat. I knew it. You guys f***ed up. Like, hard. You guys f***ed up. Good luck, though.
Please raise your hand if you still want to continue playing the game in 3, 2, 1.
So why didn't you raise your hand when you said continue to play? You think you already got them?
Yeah, I feel like you guys are kind of like straightforward. For you, I kind of felt like the tattoos kind of like just automatically ruled you out because I feel like you can't have anything showing.
Yeah.
I think what's alarming for me with you is
That's wrong. Cops can definitely have tattoos that are showing. I got a ticket from a cop that had an entire sleeve going up his arm.
is the fake.
Yeah,
That was the
I feel
only,
you.
that was
like-
the main
Yeah.
concern.
If someone really wanted it and the style, it would be real, right? Because then you don't have to always have the magnet.
You technically in the medical field?
I'm a therapist.
Is that considered like the medical field?
Psychology is about the brain.
Okay.
So
Because I know that takes like a kind of clean record. I mean, I can't really think of anything
No.
other than that.
at least my board of behavioral sciences is very forgiving with things like that.
I'm just thinking like, because nurses can't be a nurse if you have like a DUI. So like,
Right. But nurses are administering medicine. That's dangerous. They could be stealing the medicine.
Okay.
They could
Oh,
be
so
dosing.
you can't do that then?
I'm a therapist, not a psychiatrist.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's where the mix-up was.
Trying to throw me off.
All right. I'm surprised I didn't get voted out sooner because the whole earrings thing.
If the light turns green, that means you have voted out the mole and you win. If the light turns red, that means the undercover cop is still in the box and you lose.
Yes! Oh God! I knew it, man. Hey! Oh my God! I knew we got it out.
She's like, I'm gonna go get home and get so fucking high.
Will the undercover cop please step forward and reveal yourself in 3, 2,
It's the girl.
1, go.
Oh, it's this guy.
Okay. I was definitely surprised.
That was the only person that I trusted, mainly because of the similar crime
been a cop for like 2 years. I love my job. I get to help a lot of people. Unfortunately, when I do
Bro, if this guy pulled me over, I'd look at him and be like, "You're kidding, right?"
get called, I do see people on their worst days. I want to help people, but not everybody's accepting of that help. You can't really...
No one likes me. You know what does like me? Your dog. You know why your dog likes me? Because every time I'm done fucking your mom, I make her make me a sandwich and then I give her half of it. The dog, that is. That's what it is. Just so you know. That's why your dog is really fat, because I usually like roast beef sandwiches, which are very high in fat for dogs. So, yeah. And your dad's not at work during the day either. He's at a gay strip club getting fucked by dudes, you fucking retard. Get out of my chat, idiot. What do you think? I'm gonna just play victim and be like, "Oh, don't call me a loser, suck my dick, retard." All the way, down to the balls too, in your mouth at the same time. Fucking come to my stream and try to disrespect me. I'll fucking drop kick you in the dick, retard. My dad works at home. He must really hate you then.
To get you hooked onto his products, he has become a walking advert for all of his businesses without having to pay a single penny in
Who are you
advertising.
insulting?
Instead, his
Help.
advert is the story of a man going from nothing to conquering the world. So then the real question is, was any of his story actually true? Who is the real Elon Musk? Well, after hours of extensive research, I bring you the untold truth behind a man who built his life on lies.
What's up?
The story begins in Pretoria, South Africa, 1970. The Musk family was extremely wealthy, with Elon's dad, Errol Musk, owning half of the shares of an emerald mine. He later recalled in an interview on Elon's childhood that the family was, quote, very wealthy. We had so much money at the time that we couldn't even close our safe. One person would have to shove the money in, and the other would have to slam the door shut. And then there'd be all these other notes sticking out, so we'd have to empty them into our pockets. End quote. Although having said this, it was far from a happy childhood. Whilst being born into incredible wealth, Elon suffered relentless abuse from his father.
It was very violent. It was not a happy childhood. My father has serious issues.
But it didn't stop there. In 9th grade at Bryanston High School, even the school kids went after him.
And when asked about being bullied in school...
I was almost beaten to death, if you call that bullied.
In an interview with NBC News, Elon's mother, May Musk, told Maria Shriver about her son's struggles.
He was always brilliant. But, you know, brilliance doesn't always go into practical benefits.
Elon would recall that he was basically hiding from this gang as they hunted him down, because he accidentally bumped into this guy in assembly that morning, and this guy had taken some huge offense at that. So later that day, while Elon was having lunch, this guy snuck up on him, kicked him in the head, and then shoved him down the stairs. When Elon reached the bottom of the stairs, a bunch of other guys gathered around him and started kicking him while the first bully slammed his head into the ground to the point of Elon blacking out. As a result, he had to go to the hospital, missing school for weeks. This dark childhood affected Elon greatly, as it would for most people, but the effects of this would later become more apparent in his future life. Elon eventually left South Africa for the US, where he would go on to intern for a startup in Silicon Valley. During his internship, he had the idea for his first business, after a salesman for Yellow Pages walked into one of the offices where he worked and tried to sell his startup. The salesman's idea was for an online listing ad in addition to the company's normal Yellow Pages listings. But the pitch was poor and the guy didn't really know anything about the internet, but Elon saw a glimmer of promise in the idea and used it for himself. So in 1995, Elon and his brother Kimball formed Global Link Information Network, which changed its name to Zip2 because Global Link Information Network is a terrible name. The idea behind Zip2 was to convince businesses to create a web presence on a searchable web directory. At the time, this was very ahead of the curve.
Something that allowed you to get maps and directions on the internet, and then something that allowed you to do online manipulation of content, kind of a really advanced blogging system. We started getting some interest. I mean, half the time we'd be like, what's the internet? Even in Silicon Valley. But then occasionally somebody would bite, and we'd get a little bit of money from them.
The Zip2 story is the first part of Elon's current PR strategy. Elon always makes out that his time at Zip2 was the classic Silicon Valley origin story. You know, he'll always talk about how he had to risk everything with only $2,000 to his name, a ton of student debt, whilst also being so broke he couldn't afford an apartment.
But things were pretty tough in the early going. I didn't have any money. In fact, I had negative money. I had huge student debts. So, in fact, I couldn't afford a place to stay and an office.
But this was just a story. Musk was in reality living on his father's money, who also paid for his university fees and invested $28,000 into the company. Despite this, he tried to claim that his father was broke, painting himself as coming to America with nothing. But I understand why he'd exaggerate his beginning story, and there would be no harm done if it stopped there. After 4 years of working on Zip 2, Elon and his brother finally reached the golden point that most tech startups could only dream of in the beginning, the acquisition of the company from a bigger company. In 1999, the company was sold for $305 million, with Elon getting his $22 million share. And this is where Elon's public story begins to take a more dishonest turn.
Hi, Elon Musk speaking. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and Elon Musk anxiously waits for his golden payoff, his prize for paying his dues.
McLaren.
A year ago, Musk sold his software company, Zip2, which enabled newspapers to publish online for $400 million cash.
3 years ago, I was showering at the Y and sleeping on the office floor, and now, obviously, I've got $1 million car and quite a few creature comforts simply.
So this is an ATM. What we're going to do is transform the traditional banking industry.
I do not fit the picture of a banker.
X.com, this is Julie.
One of the many misconceptions about Elon is that he was the co-founder of PayPal.
So, I'm going to put up something that probably looks familiar to most people here. This is the homepage of PayPal in 2000. Elon was a co-founder.
He's not. What happened is Elon Musk started a company called X.com with the money he made from Zip2. The basic goal of X.com was for customers to be able to email money to each other rather than having to deal with everything in cash.
There was a little feature that just seemed like an obvious feature, which was the ability to transfer money from one person to another by entering a unique identifier like an email address.
Musk essentially grew X.com's user base by giving money away for referrals. Until the business was eventually bought by X.com's competitor CoInfinity. This was primarily because X.com had some important paperwork for financial regulation that was pushed through earlier. However, in his time running X.com, he was reported to be a terrible manager. X.com was losing a lot of money, and important talent was getting so fed up with his micromanagement that they were leaving rapidly. The rest of the employees eventually got so fed up, they enacted a coup to get rid of him. Although, when X.com merged with PayPal, Musk re-emerged, becoming CEO once again.
Okay.
During his time at PayPal, he was struggling to generate enough revenue, leading to his predatory actions against small-time PayPal users. You see, a lot of PayPal's profits in the early days with Musk came from closing accounts with no real explanation as the company pocketed the balance.
No one likes you, that's just the truth. But you're in my chat right now, though. I don't get it. Do you have fun at your minimum wage job today? And you came home all pissy that I woke up at 4:30 in the afternoon and get to do whatever I want? Because there are people that like me, and I get to do this all day. So, meh, sucks to be you.
The idea
Meh, sucks to be you.
being that small-time
Meh.
users couldn't afford to take serious legal action, and it was pretty widely reported at the time, and since they weren't a bank, nobody could do anything. It was all a part of PayPal's early acceptable use policy. Although even with these predatory actions, Musk's incohesive business
My shitcoin's chilling around 1100 still, like it was last night.
model led to him being removed as CEO once again. But this time it really didn't matter. He went on to make $165 million when PayPal got bought by eBay, and during this time things were looking up, and he married his first wife, Justine Wilson. However, Justine would recall that his controlling behavior didn't just stop at work. Justine claimed that even on their wedding day, Elon
I'm talking help.
deep-rooted insecurities from childhood came to the surface as he told his wife,
I'm the alpha now.
Elon would always try to assert his control over Justine, for example during their frequent arguments about his overbearing control. Justine reportedly said, I'm your wife, not your employee, to which Musk responded,
Who's help? Some loser in my chat, obviously.
if you were my employee, I would fire you. By this time they had moved to Los Angeles and had their first child, a boy named Nevada Alexander. The same week, Nevada went down for a nap and stopped breathing. He was 10 weeks old, the age when male infants are most susceptible to sudden infant death syndrome. By the time the paramedics resuscitated him, he had been deprived of oxygen for so long that he was brain dead. As Elon's wife grieved openly about it, Elon would snap, telling his wife to stop being so emotionally manipulative. After getting fired from PayPal, Elon began crafting a persona and fake story. He'd seen the success this had brought Nike and Apple, so he would take it one step further, using his media presence as an advertisement for his products. And he employed this ruthlessly, fabricating and straight up lying about who he is and how he got to where he is. So far I've shown you just some of the exaggerations and unflattering truths behind his origins, but it was in 2004, as Elon joined Tesla, where we can start to see just how much dishonesty there is behind Elon Musk.
The point being that these ventures now seem
to have wonderful momentum and things are going well, but I remember well there was a point in time.
Yo, Vinny, what's up, buddy?
When each of them had their tipping point and could have gone either way. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about the origins of Tesla.
Sure. After PayPal, I decided I wanted to get back into electric vehicles and make something happen in that arena, particularly since GM had come out with the EV1, and I thought, okay, well, there's not really a need for a startup company to develop electric cars.
It's more so, it says why I hate Elon Musk, so he's basically just pointing out all the flaws in the way that Elon Musk is portrayed in the media, I guess.
Because obviously GM is going to create the EV2 and the EV3, but so I thought, okay, well, we've got to try to create an electric car company. But it wasn't as though in creating these companies that we thought that we would be successful. I thought that the most likely outcome was failure. But it was still worth doing.
Seems like quite an inspirational story, but did you notice how Elon never alludes to the original creators of Tesla? It's a lie by omission. You see, Tesla was actually the brainchild of a tiny band of obsessive Silicon Valley engineers who would go on to collaborate with and collide with Elon Musk.
He wasn't the founder in the sense of he wasn't, we started it.
Well, I mean, this is one of the things that I found kind of fascinating about him is that he's actually accomplished some amazing things in his own right.
He's totally amazing.
Yeah, SpaceX is amazing, and he's done some interesting things with Tesla for sure. I'm not sure why he has to also say that he was a founder when he wasn't. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Their vision was for transport to use energy that was better for the environment. So they approached Elon, and after hours of convincing, he invested $6 million into the company.
And Musk invested $6.35 million of his own money in the Series A.
So he invested $6 million into Tesla, and now he's worth $300 billion. Solid!
A round to help get Tesla Motors off the ground and became chairman of the board.
But at this point, Musk had nowhere near the cult following yesterday, and was still finding his footing as a public figure. Because of this, Musk was seen as just another boring investor. As Tesla launched their first car, the spotlight expectedly landed on the co-founders and CEO of the company. In a Times article detailing Tesla's launch, Musk's name wasn't mentioned because, well, he wasn't the guy running it. But this bothered Elon deeply. He needed to create a public persona. Because of this, he responded to the article by contacting the founders of Tesla, claiming
he stole the company. Okay, so Bill Gates stole stuff. No, well, didn't steal. He took stuff that he was working on with Steve Jobs and took it and made Microsoft out of it, right? Isn't that what happened with that? Who cares?
If anything like this happens again, please consider our relationship with Tesla to end immediately upon publication of such a piece. Please ensure that the New York Times publishes a correction as soon as possible. Musk now wanted to get vengeance. The founders later claimed in an interview that this was, quote, the first time we bumped heads was really over that press coverage of the debut. We had technical disagreements that we worked through, and it was always very collegial. We'd work through our opinions and come to a conclusion. That was the first time where it was this emotional. And as Musk wasn't the CEO, he would just come in every few weeks to look at developments and then demand changes that disrupted the workflow. It was one step forward and two steps back according to the VP of Tesla, which meant Tesla's growth would be stalled, deliberately. It was an excuse to remove the CEO for Elon Musk to gain more control over the company, as they were starting to grow exponentially at this point. So in 2007, after organising and pressuring other investors in the company, Elon told the CEO and co-founder of Tesla that he was being removed. There was no discussion, the co-founder said. I didn't get to hear what they said. I didn't get to defend myself. I felt totally stranded. I mean, this guy had been shut out of his own company. And after a series of court battles, Elon Musk managed to kick the original founders out. They settled out of court, and Elon was now legally allowed to call himself the co-founder of Tesla.
Could no longer be part of Tesla?
No.
Is there anything you can say about why you left?
No. Well, I was voted off the island. And in a rather rude way, it wound up with some lawsuits and some settlements, and it's history now. Yeah, so I can't say a lot about it.
I bet they're pissed off because I bet you it wasn't in the hundreds of billions of dollars like the company's worth.
Musk was now running the show, going on to make Tesla one of the highest valued car companies in the world. But have you ever wondered how? How is it that a company selling thousands of cars a year is now valued more than all the other car companies that sell millions of units?
I mean, the easiest thing in the world is to get a bunch of smart engineers to design a really cool car. The hardest thing in the world is to build hundreds of thousands of them profitably, and distribute them.
Yeah, Teslas are insane. The leather in them is really nice.
Profitably and service them profitably and adequately. That's sort of the moat that these other car companies have. I mean, Porsche is coming out with a tremendous electric car in a few months. You know, Audi has a whole series of electric cars coming out. The first one is out already. Even Jaguar, in your home country, has a terrific electric car out in the I-Pace, and the next XJ sedan is going to be electric. And these guys all know how to build cars.
Well, this is where Elon Musk's PR work has worked wonders. See, he'd pitched Tesla like he did with X.com with his larger-than-life picture. He'd used the media to make people believe in his products as being at the forefront of innovation, giving his products fancy looks, telling every interviewer he could about his bootstrap origin story, working 120-hour work weeks, creating all these products as a result of his genius innovation. When you buy into the story, you start to buy into the products. You feel as though if you get that Tesla, you'll be making a change in the world.
And, Tesla has $10–11 billion of debt. Tens of billions of purchase obligations to Panasonic and all kinds of other liabilities out there. There's the wild card of Elon Musk. The man is a pathological liar. He cannot deny having committed securities fraud here in the U.S. with that false buyout. Any other CEO would have been fired by his board in 2 hours for that nonsense. Tesla is a completely dysfunctional organization.
But of course, Musk never talks about this, just like he never talks about the fact that most of his companies are only alive because of government subsidies. But when it comes to government subsidies for normal people who've had their businesses and livelihoods crushed in the last year, he'll say that's a very bad idea. In fact, it was these subsidies that have led to Tesla being currently sued by both Germany and Canada for subsidy fraud. And Musk's dishonesty doesn't even stop there. Musk has defrauded Tesla investors billions of dollars, not to mention all the other countless personal lawsuits.
If you look at what some of the things that Musk has promised over the years, in 2013 he said they were going to be producing the Model X by 2014. We look back 2015, 16, 17, 18. Each one of those years they put out releases saying they're going to ramp their Gigafactory. They're going to break ground on the Gigafactory in China. Still hasn't happened. They said they were going to do 100,000 to 200,000 Model 3s in the back half of 17. They did less than 2,000. So I think what Tesla does and what Musk does is he puts out these targets, these claims for investors to be happy about in the future and thus give him money to fund current losses, and then he misses them. And this has happened. We've counted over 115 mistruths, and the board continues to let him put out these tweets, etc. So I think the board is respected. I don't think they understand the auto industry, and I think he has very little to no oversight, and I think that's a problem.
So why is this stuff not common knowledge? Well, because Elon is a master of PR. He and his team know exactly what people want to hear. He knows that in this time where wealth inequality is the highest it's ever been, we all want to think that those with hundreds of billions made that money through hard work and innovation. So that's why he spends so much time crafting his appeal to millennials who are burnt out, depressed and poor. That's why you see him making cameos in TV shows. That's why he'll go on the Joe Rogan podcast for 3 hours. It's why he'll tweet all the things that people want to hear. He'll convince you that he is a man driven not by greed or power, but for the betterment of humanity. Meanwhile, he'll fire his employees for being pro-union and make up some bogus reasons about them testing positive for THC, and then proceed to smoke a blunt on the Joe Rogan podcast. And this is just the small personal things, let alone the fraud and the fake origin stories. The whole thing is a facade, and people seem to be buying into it more and more. He's literally the monorail guy from The Simpsons.
Cloud. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not on your life, my Hindu friend. What about us brain-dead slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs.
And so it all starts to fit together. From the twisted childhood, the lies about his past, the lies about his companies, the court battles, the lawsuits, this is exactly why Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin denounced him, not just because of his mission to privatize space, but because they knew his mission was built on lies. They know the real Elon Musk, and they don't trust him. But most of the public actually do, which just shows you how well a good PR campaign can convince anyone of anything. So as Elon Musk continues to rapidly develop Neuralink, which is Elon's pet project to introduce brain chips into the general population, you'll notice that there isn't any outrage, because the PR works its magic. The only outrage about Neuralink comes from those who actually work on it. It's why 5 of the 9 founders of Neuralink have already left the company after seeing straight through Musk's facade. Which brings up the thought that maybe this man really wasn't all he was hyped up to be. Maybe this man isn't the real-life Tony Stark. Maybe Elon isn't the savior he's made out to be. Maybe Musk is just another man making billions from dishonesty, inheritance, manipulation, and ruthlessness. Maybe Elon Musk is just a symptom of a sick society.
Elon Musk had work done. He had plastic surgery. He had to have. He looks younger than he did 30 years ago. When you reach 1,000 hours. Oh, for Shiro.
Seeing your honor tracker WeakAura is giving me PTSD from 2 years ago. Oh, it's not a WeakAura.
Shout out for Shiro. One of the best rogues ever. You guys don't even know what you just saw. No, but his like facial structure looks different, you know?
Hey, what's up, guys? We actually recorded a pre-roll that went wrong, so we're re-recording it here.
I went and bought boobs. Like, that's what I wanted. You're gonna die from your implants. Like, I'll die a D cup.
Hi, my name's Tim. I'm a community organizer here in LA. I work on environmental justice, social justice, housing justice, and incarceral state issues.
My name is Christiana Hurt. I'm the owner of the seven-figure brand Wealthy College Kid, and I'm 24 years old.
My name is Graham. I'm a real estate agent, real estate investor, and YouTuber.
My name is Beatrice. I am 21 and I am a Target worker.
My name
of course
is Brett Knudsen. I am an entrepreneur and an investor.
My name is Tiara Lucky, and I am a minimum wage worker. I just hustle, do Instacart, and I'm also an actress.
First prompt is, I worked for everything I earned.
So I grew up with two parents that were basically paycheck to paycheck, and none of them had any extra money.
Is Graham Stephen like you know who that is?
By seeing my parents struggle like that I really realized the value of money. So I basically poured everything I had into my work. There were years, I would say 4 years, that I didn't have any friends. From 18 to 22, it was just me. And I was working from probably 8 a.m. until midnight, working as a real estate agent.
I completely agree. I think that what a lot of people discount is all the sacrifices that are made. I didn't go to parties. I don't really honestly have like a ton of friends. And it's not like a sacrifice where I was like, I'm gonna have no friends, but you can only balance so many plates or you drop everything. And the plate that I chose to give up was a social life.
There's a lot of labor and communal effort that goes into getting all of us here that we don't get paid for, that other people don't get paid for. The examples that you two gave are perfect, actually. You both earn your money by extracting value from capital transactions. You know, you are not building the house you're selling. You're not out there working like in a slave mine, pulling selenium out of the earth like some people on this planet are. And we have to re-understand what it means to earn money and how we all interact to do that.
How would you address, based off extracting value, if you start a company from the ground and then you build it into a multi-million-dollar company?
But no one does that because there's investors and stuff that come in too.
Not always.
Most of the time. I mean, you have to get capital from somewhere.
I have raised money before.
Yeah.
But I've also started companies that I didn't raise money for.
How would you finance them?
By working a part-time retail job for minimum wage and then saving up and then putting it in.
I have felt judged for my income level.
Of course, all the minimum wage people are gonna. Oh no.
I think it's part of general society. We are always judging each other. Having used SNAP points before, like standing in a grocery store using the card that I've gotten for the government to pay for food and feeling the people behind me thinking that's something that you haven't earned or gotten.
Has somebody ever asked you to use your SNAP on them?
I mean, I have. Generally, there's not that much to go around.
It's the same mentality when it's $1 versus SNAP. Somebody could still ask me to share. Well, you get it. Why can't you help me out?
I didn't step forward because me personally, I surround myself with people that just like, what's in my bank account just doesn't matter to the people that are around me. I do think a lot of judgment towards how much you make reflects on like your dating experience. That I do feel.
See, I've never had that because I'm
No?
so frugal. If there are girls that are out there who want me for my money, like they should know I'm probably like the cheapest person out there. I literally will wait like 9 p.m. for happy hour to start just so I get the happy hour menu. And so, like, so I would be like the last person any sort of like gold digger would want.
I find myself in situations with these boys that have no job, no nothing, and I end up taking on these charity cases of relationships. Oh, why don't you put him on or build him up? And it's like, You can't build.
Yeah, it's not Build-A-Bear.
I mean, you can. I mean, I've met guys I've dated that, go on to have successful businesses from my input. And, you want to date somebody equal or greater, but then you don't want to be materialistic about, like, well, I only date people with money because I make money.
Exactly.
Anyone can become rich if you work hard enough.
Correct.
So I just think that anyone could become rich if they actually believed in themselves and
Hey, Travis,
took
thank you for
risk
the
to
dollar,
actually
brother.
believe in themselves.
Appreciate that.
That there is some success at the end of the line of that.
I feel like a lot of it comes down to mindset first and really having the belief that you can do that. I know for me, one of my biggest concerns was I didn't have any skills whatsoever and I didn't get into college. I have like a 2.0 GPA in high school. Like, it was terrible. I had such bad grades, but I really turned that into a positive, and I really believe this actually happened for a reason, because now I could pursue something else, which was real estate, because that didn't require a college degree. And looking back now, that was the best thing that had ever happened.
That's like a really sticky situation with anyone can become like rich, and because I don't think that's completely true. A lot of people can if they have like connections and stuff, but I feel like sometimes people they work 2 jobs, or sometimes they have other things going on. They have to pay their needs first. They don't always have like money for that, Because like my dad, he's like a landscape worker. He has tried making his own company, and it doesn't always work out. He has tried hard. It doesn't work. That's why I think it's you have to have connects, That's why.
Do you mind if I interject?
Yeah.
In terms of building connections, I didn't have any connections either when it comes to working in real estate. And what I did to make the connections is I went to open houses every single Sunday for months. And I probably met at least 50 or 60 real estate agents. And it was through that I met one agent who was really gracious enough to say, if you want to come work underneath me, I'm happy to do that. And it was really that connection, which like you mentioned, connection, that I met that person through just really kind of putting myself out there to meet people.
There's a lot of institutional and systemic barriers that we aren't really talking about. If you walk into like a Beverly Hills $5 million house not speaking English, they're probably not going to give you the hookup. We don't tend to move within circles where those connections cross economic and socioeconomic lines. But even beyond that, I want to say you took a big risk and your risk paid off. But what if your risk hadn't paid off? And that's for a lot of people who do try and start their own businesses, try and start their own YouTube channel. That risk doesn't pay off, and there's no real safety net there. So we're not really getting an adequate side of people who have taken that entrepreneurial risk and not been able to take it again.
How are the kids? Good. That guy's right, by the way. That guy's totally right. So, for me, for the whole YouTube thing, I had money saved up. You know what I mean? I had money that I was getting. You know what I mean? I had the money to live off of had this not worked. You know what I'm saying? So he's right. He's right. People try to do stuff when they have money, they run out of money, and then they can't continue to do it. You know what I mean? So he's right.
I'm almost worried it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, though. If you go in it fearing, oh, what am I going to fail, and that becomes your main focus, I think more people are less likely to take risks actually needed to succeed because they're more focused on not failing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think your beliefs create the level of action you take, and the level of action you take determines your results, and it is cyclical.
I am not obligated.
And then he lost it all gambling. I've only lost $8,000 to $10,000 gambling in the past 10 months, which is a cheaper hobby than almost anything else. You understand me? That's not a lot of money. Only? Yeah. Only. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah. Okay. How much money do you? Yeah. Look at Jeff. LOLing. $8,000 to $10,000 is not a lot of money. It's really not that much money if you How much money did you guys make last year? It's January 2nd. How much money did you guys make last year? Be honest. Be honest. We can talk about it for a second if you want. In 10 months, what the hell? That's $1,000 a month. That's not. Yeah, so if you made $30,000 last year, $10,000 is a lot. Yeah, I made $275K. Well, there you go, Jeff. Yo, Jeff, can I get $10 for food? I'm low-key hungry over here. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's it called? 114K Canadian. Okay, so Beasley, if you spent, so let's take Beasley for instance, because I cleared pretty close to that as well. So 114K Canadian, which is like 90K American, right? 95K American, which is $10,000 a month. You understand me? You understand me? $10,000. If you make $10,000 a month, to gamble $1,000 out of that $10,000 a month for 10 months, do the math. It's not that much money. Canadian, so like $8 American. Yeah. So when you make $500 a week, $600 a week, $1,000 a month is a lot of money. Okay, that $8,000 is not a lot. Can I have it? I don't have money. I spent money on so much stuff this year. Traveling back and forth to Florida, living in Florida, rent, going out to dinners, donating money, giving money to, places like St. Jude, which was only $100, but I tip very well when I go out to dinner. I get a $30 dinner. I tip $20, tip $30. You know what I'm saying? I don't have money because I'm just stupid with my money. I spend my money. I have fun with my money. Oh, you want to go out? Yeah, let's go out. Boom, $200. Oh, you want to go do this? Yeah, all right, boom, $300. You want to go to you want to come to Canada for 2 weeks, Keith? Sure, boom, that's going to cost me probably $1,500 if I even have the money by the time that it comes. You know what I mean? I'm just not smart with my money. Does that make sense? Which is why I'm probably going to have to claim bankruptcy from this past year because I'm not going to have the money to pay the taxes. So, whatever. We dig our own graves, you know what I'm saying? If you make 15 to 20K in another year, maybe losing once 8K ain't that much. I don't know what that means. I spent a lot of money last year, but I was investing in passive income. Well, there you go. This is the same guy that went crazy when he hit for 12 grand. Yeah, because 12 grand at once is a lot more exhilarating than $100 every other day for 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, 12 grand at once is a lot of money. But 12 grand over the course of 2 months, when you have bills, gas, kids, child support, food, minimal rent that I pay, it's not a lot. It goes quick. It goes faster than it comes in. Theoretically. But 12 grand at once is still a lot of money. Like if I hit that number when Jeff had me guess the number 1 through 200 for the 10 grand, I would have shit my pants. I would have started punching holes in my wall. That's a lot of money at once. But 10 grand over 2-3 months is not a lot of money. How much is child support? $150 a week. You're actually dumb? How am I dumb? How am I dumb? I just view money differently. So you think it's possible to make profit with gambling? No, it's an expensive hobby. It's an expensive hobby. And no, actually, I don't think it's 10 grand. I don't think it's the last time we checked, it was like 8 grand. And then I went up with small gambling. So you got actually no, it's probably only like 5 grand because you got to think about it. When I was gambling with small and we hit really big, he gave me a lot of money as well. He would split me out. He donated me a lot of money. He gave me fucking a lot of money, gambling and doing other things. So I'm actually not down 8 to 10 grand. It's probably more like 5 to 7. No. And guys, obviously $10,000 over 2 months is a lot of money. That's $1,200 a week. But what I'm saying is Complex said that, like, I went crazy when I won that 12 grand. Because, 12 grand at once, instantly, is a lot of money. My uncle makes $200 an hour. What the fuck does he do? That's a red flag. Gotta stop it? What do you mean? I haven't put my own money into gambling in the past... What was it, like 2 weeks now? 3 weeks now? There's going to be a storage units. I have a piece of land that I'm going to build them on. Low maintenance, easy. Well, can I live in one? for $1 a month, right? Aren't they $1 a month? Denial? Who's in denial? What do you mean? What do you mean, dude? Oh, and I also paid my car off this year. I did a lot of stuff. I paid my car off, which was 13 grand. You know what I mean? Like, I did a lot of things. It's addicting. That's the problem. Yeah, but I don't have to. Like, I don't have to gamble. I can go multiple days without. I don't get the urge to gamble. I gamble because I'm bored, which is also denial. I gamble because I like it, but I gamble because I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be playing video games. I'll get bored of the video game, and then I'll just go toss, $50 to $100 on some slots for a couple hours. I make $18 an hour. I'm so rich. $18 an hour is great. What do you mean? You work 50 hours a week? You're making fucking, what is that, $1,000 a week? That's great. That's great money. You could put a down payment on a house with that money? No, I couldn't. You know why? Because I don't. Wait, what the fuck did I just press? I couldn't because I don't have the credit, or I would have. You understand me? I don't have credit. My credit is shit. And I don't have the work history yet with the whole YouTube thing. Keith, you should do his Twitch stream? No, I shouldn't. I haven't worked in a while. It's about time to get some moolah. I'm about to start off right. I have money, and I literally live off until I have nothing. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Like you make a lot of money, and then you like quit your job, and then just live off your money for like 6 months to a year, and then you go back to work? They only give me 40 hours a week, sadly. Yeah, no, $18 in New York is not that great. You know what I mean? You can maybe get a one-bedroom apartment for like $800, or one bedroom in a house for like $800 a month. $700-ish a week. That's great. That's fine. $700 a week for me, fine. $150 for child support a week. So I got what, $550 a week. Maybe another $100 to $200 on food. I got $300 a week. An extra $1,200 a month for rent. Left over to take care of rent and car insurance. Sure, fine. That's livable. That's totally livable. Why are we all flexing? No, nobody's flexing. Nobody's flexing at all. I asked you guys. Don't forget taxes, I know. No, I asked you guys how much money you guys make to like put in perspective as to why you guys thought that 8 to 10 grand over the year basically was a lot of money. $4K a week if I work. Don't make me flex. Jeff, you're poor, dude. Shut up. You're poor. If I hit that 1 to 200 for the 10 grand, I would have never seen you again, dude. You're poor. Keith, how much do you get a week? Not a lot. This past month, the whole month of December, I didn't stream a lot because I was away and stuff like that. I only made like $600 from streaming. I didn't make a lot of money at all. But I had money left over, and I had other money coming in from other places. You understand me? 21 an hour, but on unemployment because work is slow right now. That's what it is. Jeff won't donate $100 right now. Fucking poor. No, I'm just kidding. Jeff. I love you, baby. Love you, buddy. Only poor people are owner-operators, Jeff? I don't know what that means. On a good month? The most money I ever made in a month from streaming was $21,000. And that was the month with Gavin when he donated 15 grand. I make more money than both my parents combined, but I feel like 8 to 10K is still a lot. Yeah, 8 to 10 grand is a lot at once, which is why I was saying when I won that 12 grand gambling, I lost my shit because that's a lot of money to have at one time. But in the grand scheme of life, when you're paying bills, you're eating food, your gas, you're going out to dinners, you're doing stuff. 10 grand is not. It goes quick. 10 grand goes quick. Keith is a stripper confirmed? No, I'm not. On a good month since I've been in New York? Well, I mean, if you cut out small, sheesh. I don't know, maybe like 3, I don't know, maybe, I don't even know, maybe like 2 to 3 grand. If I see, because like I haven't done in December, what was the last event stream, bait stream I did? I think it was in November, right? The week-long stream, right? Or the pasta stream which didn't really go too well as far as donations go. But, you know, then again, it's not only for the donations. I enjoy doing those things. I haven't done like a donation-based stream in about a month and a half, I think. You know. But I don't know how much money would maybe like $2,000, $3,000 as average since I got back to New York. You know, I made a lot of money with John because of Gavin and because of the hype around my channel starting up, and you know, from John helping me. So I had 150 to 200 viewers as opposed to now I have 46, you know, 50 to 100 depending on what I'm doing. And you know, it's not going to always be the same people donating a lot of money all the time, right? You know, there obviously people donate, you know, consecutively. You know, I have consecutive supporters. You know, you got Eric, you got Jeff, you got Vin. You know, Unknown Girl shows up every once in a while. Complex Easy always donates. Lil Will used to donate a lot. You know, I have constant supporters. Yeah, but only at Loves. I'm picky. I don't know what you... Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are talking about money stuff. What's it called? But, beg more? I never beg for money. I barely ever do incentivized donation streams at all, actually. You know what I mean? I've had streams where I've made $0, and I've had streams where I've made $10,000. But... was a good December. Bought myself a laser cutting machine. Now I need ideas of what to cut and sell online. I don't know what that means. Flim Flam is banned? Yeah, Flim Flam is banned. But, I don't know. Get on your knees. Please, I need money. Please, I'm so poor. No, if I actually ever thought that... Well, I'm actually kind of in that mindset now that I might be screwed coming up here in the next month or so. Flim Flam, you're not banned. We see you. Stop. You're not banned. We can see you. I would just get it right. Like, I have a fallback. You know what I mean? I could just go back to selling cars, making $800 to $1,200 a week. Simple. I have a fallback. I have a career, so to speak. It's not really a career because you don't go to college for it, but I'm good at it. So it's just $5 a month. What do you mean? I have fallbacks. I have, you know, if my streaming career died tomorrow and I went live and I had 3 people watching me, I'd just go back to selling cars. You should start a fetish OnlyFans. There's something for everyone. True. Buy NFTs, buy Sandbox Coin, buy Ethereum. Both have big potential.
Jeff Gray tipped $3.33. I only make lots of money once I set up shop at the truck stop in Houston. I work those truckers so hard and all I need is a handful of lotion.
Listen, hey buddy. You know, it's either making $1 billion blowing one dude or making $1 billion blowing 1 billion dudes for $1. You know what I mean? It's whatever's clever. Whatever gets you to the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for the 333, Jeff. I love you, baby. You didn't have to donate. This wasn't like a spiel to get donations because I don't, you know, whatever. But I appreciate the love. Appreciate it. That Twins Just Girl saying it's just $5. Oh, yeah. I'm not one of those guys. $1 billion is $1 billion. There you go. You know what I'm saying? You fuck 1,000 girls, but you suck one dick. You still be known as a cocksucker. But as long as you're getting paid to suck that cock, good day to me. Good day to me. But yeah, I'll never be like, I don't know. We might have to. I'm not gonna lie, chat. We might have to do a laugh I lose here in the next couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, $50 to the winner. You know what I'm saying? $1. You know what I'm saying? $1 for 15 seconds. Do a hot tub stream? Yeah, let me just put a hot tub in my room real quick. I was going to drive for Swift. I was going to drive for Swift, actually. When I was like gonna go get You Should Work as a gay escort part-time, of course. I think it was either Swift or not Old Dominion. It was the other one. It was there's like 3 big ones. There's Swift, Old Dominion, and then there's one more. Fuck. What's the? Let's do it now. No, I can't. I gotta play WoW in like 45 minutes. If you ever just man up for a couple sleep streams, yeah, but
Complex Easy tip $500 tipped $2. Cropper. How much do you cost? I will butt you.
Thank you for the 333, Vin.
Yo, it's Vin tipped $3.33. Fuck you, kissing face.
Is this all? Is this what I have to do to get donations? Talk about how much I don't want donations? Guys, stop donating. You're wasting your money on me. I don't need it. I don't want it. Stop it. Icky, ill money. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, so the whole sleep stream. So, like I said, there's main supporters, right? You guys know who you are. You guys, like, when I do these special streams, you guys donate, you know, because you understand that I'm doing those streams because I need the money for stuff. If I do them all the time, it's like me going to the same people every week or every 2 weeks, like, hey, give me money. Like, that just makes me feel bad. I can't do that. I'm a giving person myself. I'm not a taker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a giver. I'm not a taker. You know what I mean? So when I do it once every month or once every month and a half or 2 months, it's okay in my mind because this is my job at the end of the day. Right now, this is my job. Right? I'm here. I stream every day. You guys come in whenever you want. You leave whenever you want. But I'm always here. You know what I mean? So I need to make sure that I can keep doing that so that when you guys have the time to watch me, I'm here for you to watch me. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Am I making any sense, or am I just rambling about absolutely nothing? You know what I mean? Because I'm here. I'm here for 4 hours. You guys might only be here for 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Unless you're, you know, Krupa, Unknown Girl, Malicious, and Eirik, and Damon, and Lucas. You motherfuckers are always here. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to do the incentivized donating streams because I just feel too guilty because it's like I'm taking from the same people that are always helping me regardless. You know what I mean? So we love you, Keith. I know a lot of people do. It's weird. I don't know. People dislike me for some reason. I don't know. Not girls though. Not females. Whoa. Keep them away. They hate me. I'm just kidding. I love you guys though. Honestly. God, I could not imagine not living my life. I donate to help the kids, help the 2 kids. Yeah, my kids. Yeah, because you know that's what it is at the end of the day. You know, if I make $160 in a week, $150 goes right to them. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. But yeah, I this past year, which coming up, I actually got to check the. I'll check right now. Actually, I'll let you guys know when the 1 year anniversary is. Maybe I'll do a special stream for the 1 year anniversary next week, or in 2 weeks, whatever it is, and then I'll use that money to go see my kids before I go to Canada. If I do like an incentivized streaming, which I really, like I said, I don't really like doing them because it's the same people donating every time, so I feel bad. January 10th. Holy fuck, January 10th. So what's today? Next Monday will be 1 year since I released my first video. 1 year next Monday. That is fucking intense. That is awesome. It's been a year already. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? If you get Ethereum donations, do you change them to dollars or do you keep them as Ethereum usually? So I actually do have a link in my description where you can donate cryptocurrency. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. It depends. I mean, like if you told me like, hey, I'm gonna donate you $100 in Ethereum or $50 in Ethereum, don't sell it until it goes up, you know, a little bit or whatever. Then I would keep it. I would just keep it in there. But you can actually donate crypto. I do have a crypto donation link where you donate. You click on it, you donate to that address, and it comes up as like a notification, like a stream donation. It's actually really cool. Nobody's done it yet. Nobody's done it yet. I just saw that link. Yeah, nobody's done it yet. So, winky winky. If you want to be the first. No, I'm just kidding. I'm retarded. I did the wrong command. Mixed up live chats. Get wrecked. Yo, Vin coming in for the 11 months. Fucking cheers to you too, brother. 11 months, actually. So that means that you subbed the first day I had my subs. I remember. It was you. There was quite a few. I think it was you. It might have been Young D. It was Mr. Pushy, you, for sure. Flim Flam was like the next month after that. Yeah, some of you, yeah, man, fucking 11. Ben have rocking me from the start. I don't know why. I still get very insecure. Jeff Gray as well. I still get very insecure that I think like, I don't know why. I'll be laying in bed, going to bed, and I'll just get like a fear. You know, me too. Winter status. What's going on, buddy? Love you too, man. I get a weird sense of insecurity. You know what I mean? Because I'm like when I don't see somebody in the stream for a little while that's usually always here, or if they're just lurking and they're not typing, so I don't know they're here. I'm like, oh man, like I don't know, I'm losing viewers. If I'm losing my most loyal viewers that watch me every day, I must be doing something wrong. I need to do different content. I need to switch it up. I need to try different things. Blah 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 blah. And then I try different things, and then they don't go well. And then I spiral out in my brain, and I'm like, fuck, this sucks. I'm gonna have to, think about what I'm gonna do here. Just sub last week because I couldn't find out how to. No, I know, Eric, you're good, man. You're here every day. I do lurk a lot. I know. There's a lot of people that lurk that don't talk, but I just get very. I guess the word would be panicked, because I wouldn't say it's like anxiety, because I don't because I get anxiety about a lot of things. I don't get anxiety about it. I get panicked. I get scared in a way. Had the stream on while I work. I know. We are always here. We are always here lurking. I know, Tess. I know you're here as well. I know you're here as well. But I'm just venting a little bit because it makes me feel good to talk. And talking right now, and I'm snowballing, and it feels good to talk to you guys. So, but I just get very, very scared. I'm also very lonely in life. You know what I mean? I wake up every day by myself, stream for you guys, and then when I end stream, it's very quiet. You know what I mean? Anxiety and depression don't exist. You're out of your fucking mind. If you think anxiety and depression don't exist, you're out of your mind. I'm just here helping the algorithm. Me and my mom are clinging vomit. What the fuck does that even mean? I also spend a lot of my time alone. Yeah, I know. I mean, I like being alone. I like not having anybody influencing the way that I live my life. So, like being married was terrible. Waking up, to see my ex-wife every day it was just terrible, because the way that I want to live my life. I like being alone. I like being left alone. But I also like being able to have companionship when I need it, or when I want it, more so, which is very, very selfish. Very selfish existence. Pretty much every day of 2021, but I use different accounts all the time, so you never know who I am. But I've been here since January last year, just different names. No, I believe it.
Sounds like we need to team up again.
Yeah, I'm down to go out for a night. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to have a night out. But I don't know. Yeah, all right, Jeff. I got you, buddy. But I don't know. I guess my New Year's resolution is to I don't know. It sounds very, very like peckish, as they would say. Is to just get a girlfriend. I don't know. Maybe I should actually just try and get a girlfriend. I think if I had a girlfriend, it would change a lot of things. You know what I mean? It would change the way. It would just change a lot of things. I feel like it would change everything, actually. No, get a wife? No. But then again, I don't want a girlfriend, because I only want a girlfriend if she's established, right? Like a job, her own car, her own money. Which I feel like is hard to find because they're too busy doing those things. Relationships are ruined to me. If you can't make you happy, you can't make someone else happy, and they won't make you happy either. So no, here's the thing, I'm very happy. So I don't want to say depression, because I don't really feel like I have depression, but for lack of a better word, being depressed and happy are two different things in my mind. Because I'm happy, right? If I were to die today, I would die happy. I would be happy with the life that I would be happy with the life that I lived up to this point, right? I got my kids. I got, my kids. I feel like that was a joke. I feel like I've made an impact somewhere on someone, something. I feel like I've said things. You guys remember that one kid that said that he was going to kill himself, that I was talking to on Omegle that one time? You know what I mean? He was like very scared about going into treatment, and I talked to him for about 20 minutes, and I consoled him and tried to help him. I've done that more than once. I've done that off stream. I've done that to people that I know, that I've talked to, places. I feel like I've done a lot of good in life up to this point, that if I were to die, I lived a good life. You know what I mean? I feel like if you don't feel that, you need to change something about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like you need to live your life every day, not to help others or like be service to others, but live your life thinking like, oh, if I were to die tomorrow, did I live today the way that makes me happy about what I've done in life? Does that make sense? So in that regard, I'm very happy with life. I'm very happy with my life. I'm very happy where I am. Very happy where I was. Heroin, prison, parole, in and out of outpatients, things like that. Addicted to drugs. Life changes, life goes on. I went on, I moved on, and we're here today. Yeah. But as far as what I'm currently doing in life and where I am, is the reason why I'm sad to the degree that I feel like lonely and afraid, and I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, type of thing. You know what I mean? So having depression and being fearful of where life is going is different than not being happy. Holy fuck! I should write a book. That was very book-like of the way that I just explained that. It was very, very in-depth to explain a very simple point, but it was still made a lot of sense. Yeah, no, Flim, you better shut up. You better get out there and start fucking, once you turn 18, you better just get out there and start slaying. Prison, tell us more. True, having a woman, it would change a lot, like how you spent $8K. Yeah, that's also why I don't want a girlfriend, because she'll probably be like, stop gambling! And I don't want to ever stop gambling. But, yeah, I went to prison. I was in county jail for about 4.5 months, and then they moved me up to state prison for about 9.5 months. So I was in jail for about 14 months in total. I was on parole for a year. I was in there for grand larceny, identity theft, burglary, things like that. Stealing stuff, possession of stolen property. Just stealing things. Nothing violent. I never hurt anybody that I got arrested for or anything like that. But I was a very bad person. I was a very bad person from the age of 16, like 17 to 19. Yeah, I was a very bad person. Working out will change your life. See, I don't think it will though. I don't think going to the gym and getting in shape will change anything, actually. Here's my issue with you and the girlfriend thing. Even only use me Blade as a girlfriend. Are you really gonna let Blade of all people one up you? Just saying. So no, here's the thing though. I'm not looking just for a girlfriend to have somebody that I could have sex with. And like I'm looking for like somebody that I feel like it's worth investing my time into. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm not just looking for a girl that I could have sex with, because I could just trust me. I'm not bragging. I could go have sex. Give me a week and I'll be having sex with 3 different people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not hard to make girls feel wanted to have sex with them. That's not hard. That's not the hard part. I'm looking for a girl that is an adult. You know what I mean? I'm at that age right now at 28 where I could still hook up with a 22, 23, 24-year-old who's still very young mentally. Like, partying, having friends, working a minimum wage job, living with my parents, spending my money on alcohol and food every weekend. Or I could keep looking for somebody who's graduated college, they got a bachelor's degree, has a regular job, has money, has cars, has prospects in life, you know what I mean? Which is very hard to find, which is why... Any interesting jail stories? Yeah, so I can tell you one quick story. So there's this guy who's in there for child abuse. I've told the story before. He beat his daughter because she stole money out of his wallet. He was an Asian guy. He was like 50 years old. I was like the information getter on the tier. Like, so here's something you guys also don't know about me, is that when I was in jail, I was playing the jail. I was playing jail. Like, I did jail. I did prison. I did jail. I didn't just go there, hide in a corner, let them come steal my shit, be like, oh, please don't hurt me. Like, I played jail. I was in jail. I did jail. I did the prison thing. Which is why, like, these YouTube thugs don't understand. Like, I'm a nice guy. I like to have fun, but trust me, I could snap a switch instantly. Thank you for the video complex. We'll check it out later. People would come onto the tier, and I asked them, like, oh, because I was an innocent looking white guy. I was like, oh man, yeah, what'd you do? You know, I just find out what they do to get information for, you know, the people on the tier so that they knew, you know, whatever. So I asked him, I'm like, oh yeah, and then the tier guy came up to me. He was like, did he just say what I think he said? I'm like, yeah, he said he was in here for beating his daughter. And then he was like, okay, yeah, we'll handle that. So about 3 hours later, when they let everybody out of the tiers, so there was 2 Bloods, there was 2 MS-13s. The one guy went over to the one guy with a towel. He wrapped his head in a towel. Came up behind him, wrapped his head in a towel, and like twisted it and like threw him on the ground. And then 2 Bloods and 2 MS-13s beat the shit out of this guy. And when I say beat the shit out of him, I don't mean like that, like he was like defending himself and fighting back. He was literally laying on the ground in the fetal position, and they were kicking the shit out of him. Keith was a rat? Hell no. And they kicked the shit out of this guy. And I'll never forget this. I never, you know, God bless me. Fucking take my demons. Absolve me from this. And I never forget the way that this guy screamed. This guy screamed. He was... like crying. This was a grown man. This was a 45, 50-year-old grown fucking man. And I was like, God damn. And then another time I saw these 2 Bloods jump this Latin King kid and kick the shit out of this. They kicked him. They kicked his head into these metal bars, and it made such a fucking ting noise that I just literally, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And Foreman Andy, no, I wasn't being a rat. I was on the cell tier, and I would ask people like it wasn't directly either. Like they weren't like, yo, Keith. When people come on the tier, you ask them what they did, and we're gonna beat them up if we don't like what they did to get them up. Because you beat people up not to beat them up. You beat them up so that they would get moved off of the tier, right? So basically, what it was if they weren't Bloods or they weren't MS-13s, if they came onto the tier, they would usually get beat up and run off the tier so that they can move somebody else in that was in the Bloods or was in the MS-13. You know what I mean? That's what it was. It wasn't just like beating people up because, oh, we're bored, we're gonna beat you up. They were trying to free up the cells so that other gang members can get moved onto the tier. Does that make sense? You guys understand what I'm saying? Are you following where I'm going along with this? So, you know, it was either the tier guy, like somebody would always ask somebody else, what did you do? What did you do to get in here? So that you can find out if you're a pedophile, if you were in there for like child pornography, or if you were just a regular guy like me that was in there for fucking drugs and stealing shit. Why though? So that they have more gang members on the tier. What do you mean? No, I played jail. I did jail. I did jail. Like I didn't go in there and like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't go in there and I was like afraid for my life. Like I was for like the first month or so. I was fucking terrified. But after I settled in and I got cool with people and we started talking and everything was, you know, gravy. Yeah, I played into it. Moral of the story: don't go to jail. Don't go to prison. Don't go to prison. You don't have to. Keith is the blood. No. But I was cool with them. I was cool. And luckily, when I got arrested, too, when I went to because I was only on the kids tier for a month, because it was right before my 19th birthday. I got arrested in October. And you guys know my birthday's in November. So, luckily, the kids that I went to school with, who were black, because I went to an all-black school pretty much. It was a BOCES for bad kids, and I was, like, the only white kid. So I was like, you know, whatever. There was, like, 3 of them that I went to school with that were in there. And I was like, yo, what's up? They're like, oh, shit, Keith. I'm like, yo, what's good? And then, like, I got in good with them as well, so I was chilling. You know what I mean? Do you have any tattoos from jail? No, I don't have any prison tattoos. I didn't get any tattoos until I got out of jail. But, yeah, jail was great. I got into a fight myself. This dude's name was Solo. He was fresh off the street, drug addict. And I was already in for about 2.5 months. I already had my weight up. You know, I was able to do 50, 60 push-ups straight. You know what I'm saying? JK what? I didn't even see what you said, help. Which I don't know why you're still here. I thought I was a loser. Nobody liked me. That's weird. We got into a fight. I beat him up. He hit me pretty good, though. He caught me with one good shot. It almost broke my jaw, because I remember I couldn't open my jaw all the way for like 2.5 weeks. LOL, do 50 push-ups. Yeah, straight. Not for one time, like multiple sets of 50. I was big. I was 180 pounds. Fucking, I was jacked. Bullshit? What do you mean? I was jacked when I got out of jail. Not jacked, but I was in shape. I had a 4-pack. You know what I'm saying? I almost had a 6-pack. I was able to run fucking 6-minute miles. Like, I was good. The most push-ups I've ever done at once was 62. 62. Was it 62 or 52? 62, I think. 62. 62 push-ups. 62 push-ups. But, yeah. When am I ending stream? I'm not. I'm probably going to talk for another 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go play some WoW. Probably going to go play some WoW. Speaking of WoW. Only time I did push-ups when I was rolling on Molly to get my blood flowing. True. Usually makes you higher. Usually gets you higher. But yeah. No, I have hopes for this year. Overall. You know what I'm saying? I have hopes. Yeah. I have dreams, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, watch your video. What's your video? POV, you were born in India. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, but I have plans. I have plans for this year, so to speak. So to speak. I have hopes for this year. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be as good as last year. No way. No shot it's going to be as good as last year. But it'll be good. It'll be good. Baby dolls. Here, 1 second. I gotta check my WoW. See if they're all ready to go over here. What's your New Year's resolution? I don't really have one. Like I said, if I had one, maybe it would be to get a girlfriend or boyfriend, whichever comes first. You know? Who knows? Dull and painful. Gotta go. I'm out, boys. Y'all be easy. Yo, Vin, thanks for being here, buddy. Love you, bud. Let me see. Okay, they're not even on yet. Okay, good. So we're chilling. We're chilling. We're being chilling. Let's finish watching this. Write out your goals and how you're going to reach them, Keith. I did that and break it down to 30-day goals. Just be a good person and make legal money. True.
To give to the less fortunate.
So the reason I stood up on this one is one of the missions in my organizing is getting away from this kind of notion that we have that charity or philanthropy is the way in which we solve social problems. At the same
Since I found you long ago through John Sacadorian, how did you find HX living in the same region? How you found his stream long ago? Well, so I knew who John was off of Twitch, right? Because of like Alfie in the RuneScape section, but I never really watched him. And then I met him on Omegle. And then I got involved in his community that way. You know what I'm saying? So I knew who he was prior to meeting him, because that's a common misconception that people think that I just met him on Omegle and that was it. But I knew who he was by name. You know what I mean? Like because I used to watch Alfie. I never watched Black. Thank fucking God. But I knew who he was by name association. I think he hosted him one time and I followed him on Twitch, but I never really watched him. And then he saw Sophia and left Keith for her. Yeah. Him and John used to be lovers. Yeah, true. Imagine if John skipped you. Be like that. Your stream sniped him? No, see, that's the thing. People that would be another common misconception. No. I worked in the same strip club. How's your day? Chilling. I'm good. We're going to watch this, and I'm going to order some food. And then we're going to be playing WoW once my raid leader gets on.
Time, like, I still give people money when I have extra change in my pocket, so I don't want to seem like I'm...
Oh, no, it's at 11. Oh, it's at 11. It's at 11. I thought it was 10:30 for some reason. It's at 11. Okay.
I've given people money and they've wasted it on drugs. Why did I even give you the money to begin with if you weren't going to use it to better yourself? Is it my job to make sure that you're not going hungry? No, we have plenty of, organizations that will make sure that you're eating, make sure that you have a roof over your head. Yeah. It doesn't have to fall on my shoulders, per se.
She's right.
I feel like when you say, are you obligated to give to the unfortunate, it's always the mindset of like money. Well, guess what? I have no money currently to give. But I have like my morality, I have my goodness about me.
This kind of looks like systems. Wait a second.
I have like...
Doesn't this look like systems, Taylor? And Eirik? Doesn't this kind of look like systems a little bit?
My morality, I have my goodness about me. I'm just trying to build a community, especially when you have a group of people that is creative and supportive. You build faster than just by yourself.
I don't always donate with money. Sometimes I'll go and I'll fill bags of food for kids that are starving, you know what I mean? So it doesn't always have to be money. Like, I don't think it's our responsibility.
See, here's the thing, though. I agree with this guy. If I was really rich, right, and I had no social obligation, I had no job, I was just rich, I made a bunch of money on crypto, stock exchange, whatever, I had 15, 20, 30, 40 million dollars, I would do shit like that. I would do philanthropy shit, right? I would go places, I'd help out, I'd volunteer, I'd do shit like that. I would. I promise you I would. But I don't think I would give a lot of money to places. Like, I would help my friends out, like Trainwrecks does. Like, I'd help my friends. I'd maybe donate to streamers because, that's where I came from. That's what I am. That's what I know. But I wouldn't just go to, like, St. Jude's, like, here's $1 million. I wouldn't go to, like, I wouldn't be like, oh, here's $50,000 for your fundraiser, fire department. But I would do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I would do things. I would go volunteer places. Because I feel like that is more personable than just writing a check and saying, like, here you go. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. When it comes to charity, I feel like volunteering would be the better move if I had a lot of money and I didn't have to worry about working or doing anything like that.
Ability to give money based off of what we think the person's going to do with it, like, that's on them if they choose to use it wrongly. It's our responsibility just to be generous.
I am not afraid to spoil myself.
Hell yeah, I'm not afraid to spoil myself. Who would want to go to Fogo de Chao? My old co-worker's a multimillionaire. His wife makes him help clean up homeless shelters. He hates it, LOL. See, that's the thing. I would do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I would volunteer at soup kitchens, and but I wouldn't just be like, oh, here, homeless man, here's $1,000. Go fucking drink yourself to death or something. You know what I mean? And I only give to homeless people usually if they're old. I only give to old homeless people because they're already past the point of betterment. You know what I mean? If they're like in their late 50s or early 60s and they're homeless, they're gonna die homeless. They're never. But if you're like 20 to 30 and you're homeless and I look at you and I'm like, I mean, like, yeah, I understand you're probably addicted to drugs and stuff like that, but I'm not giving you money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not giving you money.
I personally do spoil myself. I work hard to be able to go into a store and get something for myself. I bought a $4,000 hairless cat that I had genetically made. And when I was in high school, when I started making money, I went and got that cat. When you're in middle school and everybody's hitting puberty and getting taller and boobs, and I didn't get any boobs. What did I do when I started making money? I went and bought boobs. Like, that's what I wanted. And there's the controversy of like, you're gonna die from your implants. Like, I'll die a D cup and I have no problem with it.
I don't know why the prostitutes don't answer the phone. It's almost like they're not there. Like, maybe they're already fucking other dudes. You know what I'm saying? 55 viewers, 41 likes. What are you guys doing to me? Like this shit up. Now. Fist!
So I rarely ever treat myself. I basically keep my spending at the same as when I was like, 19 or 21. No matter how much money I make, I spend the exact same amount. For instance, it sounds crazy, but when I was like 17, I wanted a Lamborghini. And there was nothing I wanted more. I want to be that guy, 18 years old and pull up with a Lambo. Like, that was my dream. But when I actually got the money to go and buy the car, All of a sudden, I realized, like, wait a second, that's stupid. I'm not going to get the car. I'm going to invest it in real estate instead. But then I'm going to wait, and then I'm going to get the Lamborghini. And then you save up even more, and then you realize, wait, the Lambo is still stupid. Let me go and, invest it. And even now, like, the chase and ambition of getting something is way more fun and enjoyable than actually getting that thing.
I don't really spoil myself because I always buy my needs first. I usually wait till like my next check to see if I have extra money, and if I do, then I spoil myself. But if I don't, then I don't.
I think it's interesting also that almost all of us have associated spoiling ourselves with spending money, and at the same time said spending that money is very unfulfilling. It's weird because even myself, like, I really just like having an F-off day and I just hang out and don't do anything and have any responsibilities, but I don't think about it as spoiling myself, even though that's my favorite time to spend.
I wish I had more money.
For me, I think it's always a comfort thing, knowing that I have a little bit more saved up or invested. And I think it could just be a psychological
Systems brother
thing.
for sure, yeah, that's
No
what I'm
matter
saying.
How much money I have, it's always psychologically never going to be enough because that becomes your new normal. So I think you're always chasing that.
See, I want more money so that I can pay off like my debt and travel. And like help some family members, and that's it.
That's why I want money. I mean, I don't want to be like, oh, give me money, but like, I just want it for my needs, or just for like a car because I need a car, or just stuff my family needs, stuff my friends need.
I think for me, if I'm honest with myself, it's getting further away from how broke I was, because I'm scared of that ever happening again. There is no end because of that.
So getting further away from how broke you used to be, is a motivator to make more money for that guy. That's a pretty good motivation. I fuck with it.
So, of course, everyone could always use more money. Like, I've met billionaires who could definitely say that they would want more money. But more, I want to see a society in which the money that we have doesn't determine all of our possibilities. Because it seems like when we talk about solving problems, it comes back to money. My utopian vision is like a society where money really doesn't matter because we don't really need it to figure out value, but it makes a good translation for the time being.
Oh yeah, no, I'll tell you all about credit card sharing.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Middle Ground, guys. We loved having different...
I'm gonna at these guys on Twitter. So can somebody listen, if you guys want to help my channel, right? At these people on Twitter and tell them to get me on one of their fucking Middle Ground conversations. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's in California. I'd go. I'd totally go. Get me on here. I need to be on one of these. Just because I have so many different opinions on so many different things. Shut the fuck up, Flim Flam. Don't ever tell me no again, bitch. Listen to what I tell you. Now. You understand me?
Get out! No! No, you go. I'm not going anywhere, shithead. Get the fuck out of my neighborhood. Get out! No, artist, stop. You're a mediocre piece of shit you can't even play. You suck. I've been playing 41 years.
You sucker!
I'm left-handed guitar. You suck.
I love this video.
No.
It's my favorite.
No! You go. Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Get out! No!
When John's like, Keith, move out, and I'm like, I can't for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Or when John kicked Hardly out. More like it.
Get out! Where are you from? Where are you from? Go to a studio and rehearse. Maybe someday you'll learn. You suck. You're no talent piece of shit. You oppose your lack of talent in order that everybody around you, whether they want to hear it or not. Get out!
Bye, Hardly.
How dare you come down here and do this? I'm here 14 years. I've lived in this town my whole life. You're a disgrace. You suck. How dare you? I'm a are.
Okay, so you know what happened between Harley and John? Anyways, nothing happened. Like, you guys think that's like so, like they had like a blowout fight, or like nothing happened, right? So, in my eyes, right, like me, Harley, John, Sophia living in the house, right? It's John and Sophia's house, right? It's not to say that even me and John aren't still best friends or really good friends, because we are. Me and John are great friends. I can call him anytime. He can call me anytime. We're still great friends. We text, you know, every few weeks we'll send a text like, hey, how's it going? How you been? Whatever. But that doesn't mean that, like, Sophia and John don't want to be alone. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like who's to say, like, if I go move back in with John again, you know, 3, 4, 5 months down the line for a few months and then I leave. Obviously, unless, you know, pre-discussed, if it's not going to be a permanent thing, it's not going to be a permanent thing. It's just going to live there for a few months to be with your friends and around your friends for a couple months, few months, you know, doing YouTube, doing videos, going out places, going to places together, and then I just come home. You know what I mean? Because you ate all the food, just admit it? Yeah, something like that. So you know, there's nothing that happened. There's nothing that happened between John and Harley, or me and Harley, or me and John. It's just, there was just... And also, Harley wasn't... What the fuck is this? He also wasn't contributing to you know, it's a content... as much as it's John's house, it's still a content. You know, you go there to do content, to work, to do YouTube, to do things like that. He hardly did none of that. He just did nothing. He just did nothing all day. He didn't contribute. You know, after he got his girlfriend, and then he stopped going on John's stream. He was never home. He was never, you know, he never helped, you know, content, anything like that. You know what I mean? So, John wants people around him that are similar to what he does. You know what I mean? Doing content, being YouTubers, Twitchers, going on streams with him coming on their streams. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't looking to just rent out a room to a person. You know what I mean? He wanted his friends that were involved in the same thing. You know, does that make sense? Am I making sense, or am I talking like an idiot? You're making idiot sense? Well, it's true. I completely understand, yeah. Like, if I bought a house, right, and I invited other YouTubers to come live with me, or, well, I wasn't a YouTuber at the time, but John knew that I was down for the content. Like, I was moving there, and he you know, I would be on his streams. I would be a valuable asset to live in his house, right? To the YouTubing thing. And then I started my channel when I moved there, and then it became what it became. But if I buy a house and I invite 3 or 4 YouTubers to come live with me because I just built a mansion somewhere, and one of them just like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do YouTube anymore. I'm done with the YouTube. And then he just doesn't do anything. He's not contributing. He's not going on other people's in the house's streams. He's not, you know what I mean? I'm going to kick him out because that's not why I invited you to move there. Kind of. Does that make sense? That's what I would do. That's my thing. I'm not saying that's why John kicked Harley out, but I'm saying in my eyes, why live in that situation if you're not going to be part of it? Which, don't get me wrong, Harley was part of like 3 or 4 pretty decently viral videos. You know what I mean? So,
Who the hell do you think you are? You any kind of artist? Anybody know who you are? Maybe everybody else wants to enjoy the peace and quiet. This is one of the most important places in all of North America. Who are you?
Keith, did Harley know when he moved in that he would eventually be told to leave? I don't know. I don't know what agreement they had. I don't know what agreement they had. I know my agreement, not agreement, but my predisposition going there was that I was only going to be there for 3 to 4 months until Jamie moved in. You know?
Who are you? You miserable, presumptuous, no talent.
All right. Sorry.
You're no artist. An artist respects the silence and serves as the foundation of creativity. You obviously don't have the talent. You don't have enough respect for yourself or other people, or what it is to express yourself.
You really are there for John? Yeah, I love John. I love John. Jeff, John called me right now and said, Keith, I need you to come to California. I need you for X, Y, or Z. I'd be on a plane tomorrow. I love John. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that John would be able to just drop everything and come to see me. You know what I mean? Because his life's a little different than mine. But that's how I am with all my friends. If you need me, I'm there. Like, given certain restrictions. But if you called, my buddy Jake, he's down in Florida. If he called me and he's like, man, I need you. I'm in trouble. I need you to come down here. I'd drive down to Florida tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's a little different. I'm always there for my friends. You know what I mean? YouTube aside, you know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I mean? You guys ever make out for content? Yes, multiple times. What are you talking about? Of course me and John have made out for content.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. What are we looking at?
Hi guys, welcome to another Living with Lucy live stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Tuesday. Today is an epic day, of course, for the world.
So I'm gonna tell you what. No offense to any Asian lovers in the chat. Malicious. Certain Asian ethnicities are very ugly to me for one reason. Can you guys guess what it is? Can you guys guess what it is? If you guys can guess what it is, then I'll be very surprised. What is the one feature on certain Asian girls that I would find unattractive? Hair? No. The nose? Eats cats and dogs? No. The smell? The nose? That felt racist? No, it's not racist at all. Short stature? Summer flat? She's a cutie to me. The chin? Forehead? Eyebrows? Oval face? I'll try to find a good good side profile of it.
Let's say a Ferrari anyways, and then they're like, no, but I love Elon. I'm going to buy a Tesla Roadster. So I think
it's their eyes. The eye sockets. It's their eye sockets. Right? She's pretty. She's average. She's an average looking girl. She's average. 6.5. A little bit above average. She's pretty. So I'm not saying this girl's ugly. She's pretty. But I'm saying it's something about the depth of their eye sockets that just doesn't look appealing. She's hot. Shut up. She's above average, good looking. She's not hot. She's not drop dead gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make my pee still indented into my body. You know what I'm saying? I see what you mean, Keith. But still, no. But it's more so in Korean girls. Is this girl Korean? Most Asian people have deep eye sockets, but I feel like it's more predominant in Koreans. Bro, a 6? She's definitely a 6.1, bro. I mean, she's alright. She's not ugly. Like, I wouldn't be... Excuse me. I wouldn't be ashamed to date her and, bring her in public. You know what I mean? Kind of racist? How is that racist? That's her facial feature. I'm a Jew. Look at my nose. You know what I mean? I have a big brow, look at my side profile, I have a big brow, you know what I mean? And I have a fucked up nose. Because I'm Jewish. That's just my facial features. Because of my ethnicity, I guess. You know what I mean? It was my birthday yesterday. Well, happy birthday to you, brother. No, she's pretty. I'm not saying she's not pretty. You have no chin? Thank you. I'm not saying she's pretty. She's not pretty. I'm just saying the least attractive part about her is her eyes. All my drinking buddies are Asian. I know a guy from Burma who's half my size and can outdrink me any day. Yeah. But because of that, I wouldn't say I hate Jews. What are you talking about? Who said anything about hating Asians? Did I say the one thing I hate about Asian girls? Is that what I said? Keith, what do you think you are on a scale of 1 to 10? Like a 6. Like a 6.5. I'm a very average-looking guy. I'm not ugly, but I'm not super good-looking. You know what I'm saying? White dude out of spite. Just saying. I don't know what to... Oh, keep it listen. Yes, I'm an Asian lover, but they come in all kinds of colors and models. Oh, yeah! No. And a different trim package, millions of them. Trust me. Marry a white dude out of spite. True. Yeah, what are you laughing at? I'm a 6.5. I'm not ugly. You're like a 3, bro? No, you're out of your mind if you think that I'm not an average-looking guy. I am the most average white-looking guy in the history of average white-looking guys. Kid, I never saw a relationship like you and John's. Yeah. I love John. I said Malicious is my long-lost brother or some shit. Oh, is that what you're laughing at, what he said? 6 is not average? 5 is average. 5 is literally the middle between 1 and 10. Keith, if you're a 6, is Ho Chad is a 10? Guys, I am a 6. I am literally a 6. I'm a strong 6. My personality and my ability to talk to people makes me a solid 7, actually. You understand me? Looks, 6. Personality, 7. Keith's a 10? No, but I'm not ugly. If you're a 6, that Asian girl is a 10 easily? Absolutely not. But I'll tell you what, I love Filipino chicks. Fuck me. Literally and figuratively. Filipino chicks are Mintay. Mintay. You understand me? Mintay. You understand me? No, I can't go on Omega right now. Tomorrow we're going to Mega. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not ugly at all. Actually, I don't think I'm even close to the discussion of being ugly. Wait, is today Monday? No, today's Sunday. Okay, I'm bugging. I thought today was Monday. Am I retarded?
Those are for like those fast car drivers.
She's what is she? Japanese? What is she? I think she's pretty. Like I said, I don't think she's drop dead gorgeous, but I think she's pretty. She has cute eyes. It's like they are smiling. What? If I send you a TikTok, yes. New stream idea: go to the streets in New York when it's 20 degrees outside. I'm better off doing something completely else. Keith, you overestimate how good you look, but that's not a bad thing. What do you mean? I'm literally average. I am not ugly. I am a regular looking guy. I am regular looking. When I have a full beard and it's all trimmed up looking good, I'm definitely a good looking guy. Post a pic on Reddit and see what they rate you. Oh, this one? Try not to cry.
Hi.
Hey. What's your name? Keith.
She spelled my name wrong.
It's the expressions and the way he makes you feel. You play RuneScape? Okay, leave your clan chat right now and join mine. Alright, Keith, I love you. I love you, don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
When I got in a car and drove 25 hours to fight somebody.
I saw John without a shirt on earlier.
Skinny Keith.
You know what hair is, right? Yeah.
You know what hair is, right?
Dead hair follicle. I look like a different person. It really doesn't look that bad. No, but you should shave your hairline back 2 inches. No. Yeah. You want to fight? You should be here so long. I should go back to where he goes to.
Texas was so fucking fun, dude. I was thinking about Texas yesterday. He already saw this? Yes, we already saw this. Depending how long your humor is, you might laugh. All right, we'll watch it. That was what I mean with MGT. Making fun of MGT.
Stop. Stop. You're really judging my content right now. What do you want? You made $2. You can leave when you make $1,000.
Oh god, I loved that.
$2. You can leave when you make $1,000. Bye.
Where were we going? I think we were going to Rainy.
Hey, make sure you call me before you get home. Curfew's 3. Okay, bye.
I won that fight, by the way. They weren't as lethal, my ass. That's not how fucking fights are judged. This makes me so sad. John almost smokes me right here. Oh no, it didn't show it. The college shirt dates. He doesn't have any fucking hair. That was the greatest. That was the greatest night. When Masha ate the fucking burrito out of John's hand. I was so drunk in this. And then he take a shot with his hand. Rumor has it my hair is still in John's colon right now. I'm gonna cry.
Would you still smash?
Would I still smash what?
Crazy family.
I have no clue what lane you're in. Because you're supposed to sit up. I am sitting. I still can't see over the dashboard.
But the truth is, I'm not a little girl. I'm a woman. A 22-year-old woman. Stuck in the body of an 8-year-old.
Okay, so this is a 22-year-old woman. stuck in the body of an 8-year-old. I can't show the video because it's TLC. It's going to get copyrighted instantly. But this is a 22-year-old woman stuck inside a body of an 8-year-old. No, I would not smash. Are you fucking high?
Music really is a form of creativity. And I'm an NYU film school graduate. Sucker.
Sucker.
And the School of Visual Arts. And the Academy of Art University in San Francisco. You suck. You're a no talent. If you really had talent, go practice. And then get yourself a gig. Instead of...
Yo, unknown girl, if you have the time in the next week, can you make one of those for my yearly recap? Or no? Is that too much work for you to do for no reason?
Ruining the end of the day for everybody down here. You disgrace. You're everything that's gone wrong in this world. You're a self-consumed, no talent, mediocre piece of shit. And I've earned my right to say it. Okay? I had 200,000 people with Bill Graham. In 1975, I walked Bob Dylan up on stage. Who the fuck are you? I knew the Grateful Dead from 1966. Who the fuck are you? You nothing. You nothing. You are nothing. And you will never be anything. Never. How dare you? How dare you? You miserable, mediocre nothing. Shame on you. You cracked, stupid little smile. You little pimp. Go learn to play. Go learn to play. You're flat. You can't even carry a fucking note. I don't care about your little, like, horn lip.
That all werewolves go mad with lust. Once a year, this insatiable hunger infects the pack, forcing everyone to pair off. I'm determined his claim.
She's my spirit animal? That's a dude. That was a dude.
Water goddess, again, I ask you, please tell me the secret Indian trick.
What's the name of the video with you and John? It's just John and Keith, I think. Or Keith and John.
Please. And then I hear. Because obviously this is ridiculous.
I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm running for governor. I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in the Nevada Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it. Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl, and Politico magazine said I was the Lady Trump, and I don't care. We need outsiders, fighters, not the same old boring, moderate, compromise, blue blazer politicians. Let's start with a 3-shot plan. Ban vaccine mandates, ban critical race theory, and stop voter fraud. The Joe Biden administration is coming after me. I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm ready for the fight.
She got my vote. Shit, man. Fuck, man.
Oh my gosh.
Can't watch that because it's like a... Can't watch that. Key and Peele. Do all ex-criminals think the same?
What's up, good humans?
This was one of our most
down and build on top of those relationships, or like you just let it falter and you just shut everybody out.
Like Pink said, like our Asians, we never tell each other we love her.
Yeah.
I remember for me, it was in prison that was the first time I was able to tell my mom that I love her. My relationship with my family and my friends is a lot more...
Oh, fuck, that's right. I deleted all my VODs. That's right. Never mind.
Meaningful and strong today than what it was.
During time,
Can you find what,
when I came
Tony?
to prison, a lot of my family members was older. Seeing me, you know, they favorite nephew, they favorite grandchild, go through this, they were stressing out, crying.
I don't want to see that.
You, my friend, the first thing you said to me when I sat down was, oh my God, you look like somebody I arrested before. Dude, I've known you for like 2 minutes. I don't even know your name.
And I have all my people who currently...
Oh, the video that me and John were just watching is this. Oh, this video. It's right here. Right there.
Previously, I've worked in law enforcement against that wall, all other people on that side. I am nervous about what is going to happen today.
Apparently people are a lot braver than I am, so, you know, they're a lot more comfortable with their stories.
13 years in prison. Jam.
All right, my disagreeers come on in.
I'm just more excited to be here and to share my story and hear everybody else's story.
For me, more so, it's, you know, in our situations, like you're kind of conditioned like, you guys are the enemy. You know, I don't know how you guys feel about us, or, you know, I've never had a deeper conversation with law enforcement.
Yes, I
Probably
did.
From your point of
We
view,
were not
is
talking
that
about it.
It doesn't always seem like the justice system is fair. I think that what you find, though, if you truly love this job and this work, that you strive to find that balance and fairness.
I'm puzzled by what he's saying because I've never heard anything like this before. Because, I mean, if it's true what you're saying, then how come police aren't policing police? Why are you standing idly by while...
What the fuck do you think Internal Affairs is, retard?
Your fellow officers are going around shooting and killing unarmed black people? Why is that happening?
I have done something illegal in my life.
Illegal? I don't know. You probably did. I sold drugs. That's what I did. I sold a shit ton of drugs. And I didn't have family. I never, you know, I mean, I grew up in foster homes. I didn't have any type of family. But I fucking knew that when I went to prison, I knew I didn't want to come back to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So while I was in prison, I knew I needed to start there and build a foundation. I've been out of trouble since 1999, you know, so.
I chose to commit my own crimes when I was younger. I wanted the violence. I could have easily chose to do something else, but I was always there when things were gonna happen.
I was thinking about between my professional life or my personal life.
That's your life period. Anything illegal, dude. Okay. Anything illegal, man. We're playing semantics right now.
I think that, like, you know, it's one of those things where, like, you look at, for instance, have I killed anybody? Have I robbed anybody? Have I, like, all these major felonies? No. Have I sped before? Yeah, absolutely.
You know, what I hear is you're telling me there's levels of legality. I mean, I used to be sort of on that end too. Like, I grew up well, I went to private schools. I mean, I'm not somebody, you know, like with stereotype as somebody who's gone to prison, you know? And then I've gone to prison and I just find out how fucked up the system is. I mean, what about the guy who goes out, has dinner and has a drink, ends up spending 7 or 8 years in prison because somebody started a fight with them. But then I meet people in prison who've shot somebody in the back of the head execution style and only got 10 years for it, you know? Whereas for me, I spent 13 years in prison because somebody was hurting my family. And I thought, like, okay, well, we're gonna go get our stuff back from this person. And I get conspiracy to commit robbery, conspiracy to, you know, use a gun, which has added another 10 years, and nothing ever happened.
nobody got hurt. And like, maybe it's cultural, maybe it's...
Goddamn.
A beautiful young girl and her mom enjoy a carefree day at the beach. You'd never guess that she's living with an extremely rare medical condition.
Oh, fuck. Bro, I don't want to look at this.
She was born with her heart outside of
Oh, my fucking Alachowski, dude.
her body.
Is she a miracle? It's a miracle.
When Versavia Boran was born in Russia, doctors gave her mom Dari a grim prognosis.
What did the doctor say to you? They told me that she's not going to be able to walk or to talk.
Her condition is known as pentology of Cantrell. It stops the ribcage from growing, leaving the heart exposed, covered by only a thin layer of skin.
That's so pretty.
90% of babies die at birth, but Versavia is beating the odds.
Boy, she proved those doctors wrong.
Wow.
Hi, Instagram. We're filming with Inside Edition today.
Her mom loves to share her incredible story on social media. She's only 8 years old, but boy, Versavia showed me that she is both strong and confident.
Bro, what happens if you fall? What if she falls? Does she just die?
When the popular second grader attends school in Hollywood, Florida, she wears
I am not
test shield under her uniform. At home, she takes it off because she finds the hard protective shell uncomfortable.
Can you show me where it goes? Right there.
Okay.
And get this, despite not having a diaphragm, she loves to sing.
You have the prettiest voice I have ever heard.
Thank you.
Her doctor, Jonathan Fox, marvels at her progress.
Her body has moved this heart to an area where right now it can maintain the proper blood pressures, proper circulation, and proper breathing. As she gets older, we're going to have to watch that because it's not underneath the chest and we don't know exactly how it's going to grow.
There is no holding her back.
Oh, hell no. My kid is not. Hell no.
I'm keeping up at her hip-hop dance class. A true miracle girl who is touching the hearts of everyone she meets, especially mine.
I gotta give you a hug.
I grew up where, like, you defend your family, And, yeah, like, was it a bad mistake? Sure.
Can I ask the question, though, like, why your first thought wasn't, like, let me call the cops to help solve this issue?
Because, you know what, like, from my experience growing up, cops don't help. They just come by, show up, make a great show of doing their jobs, and then leave. But I'm just saying, there's no consistency in the system. It makes no sense. It depends on which county you go to, which judge you show up in front of. It's a political game. That's not justice.
Well, what would you consider justice to be?
I mean, I would like to see that, there would be some consistency. If I go to LA County or San Diego or wherever, that the same crimes would carry the same time. There would be some, consideration for, situation. I don't think there is.
I believe in the justice system.
The criminal justice
I do.
system
I'm an ex-criminal, but I believe in it.
Really does help to protect societies. If we did not have it, that there would be chaos.
Well, it may not be perfect right now, but we need the justice system and we have to believe it.
For some reason, it just seems to me that if you're from a wealthier family, you're easy to get off the hook. When I was fighting my case, I had a cellie who was fighting the same crime that I committed for an attempted murder. He had came back, said that the judge gave him 1 year with 2 strikes. I don't know how that went about, but for me, I ended up getting 10 years with 1 strike. And his family was wealthy.
In that, did you have priors? Did he have priors?
I had no priors. I just didn't understand why is it that, if your family has more money, it's easier to get off the hook.
A lot of times I saw that if you have a private attorney, high power attorney, I guess you have a better chance of getting off than having public defender. That could be a little hole in the criminal justice system, but that's how it is right now, and then I don't know how to address that issue. So I guess that's
it shouldn't be it shouldn't be a game. It shouldn't be a game with people's lives. Like how can I get this win? How can I negotiate a win with this person's life?
At the end of the day, man, it's all about money and it's about numbers. And there's no money in rehabilitation, man. There's money in recidivism.
I can tell you this.
Money in
if I could give up my job today as a result of no other people going to jail, which means that they would actually stop committing crimes, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, but there's not too many people like you.
If we had a system
There's
full of
no-
guys like you, I mean,
Th-
that'd be
that's-
awesome.
I think that's, but again, see what you just said is that's the perception that you have, is that there are not
It's
more
not.
people
It's
like
a
me.
reality for us. For me, when I was inside, and the nonprofit that I work for,
You committed a crime, idiot.
we had, the programs in there, and this is a class that is gonna help them, actually do something with their lives. Every evening while the guys are going to class, like they get harassed, and then we come out of class and all the cops are lined up and like get on the wall, strip search, tear up textbooks, tear up their personal property, their homework. Like, yeah, that's how the system is. Like on the way out of prison, officers were telling me like, I'll see you back on the next one. Like that's fucking bullshit.
I was surprised by someone's response today.
Out of everybody in the circle, that he was the first one to actually voice the fact that he made choices. It's in that moment that they claim dominion over themselves. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think any one of us right here sat here and say like, I didn't make my own choices. I understand I made my own choices. I got myself my own time. I think.
Oh yeah.
I
Of
get the
course.
sense that you
Oh,
do too.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I think the larger issue is that the system is broken. And that's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with taking ownership of my actions. It's society not taking ownership of its own creation.
And I hope you don't hear that. He was the only person
Oh, of
that
course.
was vocal in stating
Yeah.
that. I will ask you this though, and I'll challenge you. Do you know who your representative is have you ever contacted their office?
No.
Have you ever contacted your congress member?
No.
Then I suggest that you should.
I mean,
And here's the thing, because you strike me as a very smart individual that has the ability to go and influence.
I agree with you. I just think that you need to take a walk in our shoes. And I don't mean any disrespect by this, but you sound like a law enforcement pamphlet. You sound like every perfect thing that they want you to say. It's kind of like when you work in a company and the CEO says, this is the policy, but when you're on the ground level, you know that there are certain things that just doesn't work in reality. I think you have, great views, and I think if we had, just a team of law enforcement that is exactly like you two, that have the same views, like it would be great, but I also think that there is reality. When you come out of prison, everything's just so stacked against you.
I think that's that commonality. So for instance, when I talk about coming out of the military, I had people that told me when and where to be, all these rules and regulations, and when I got out, there was nobody there. Same thing happens in prison. You have to break out of the prison mind mentality.
Here's the difference between and I agree with you, there's a lot of similarities. There are a lot of commonalities with prison and the military. However, when you're in the military, you're told you're the men of this country, you're the defenders of this country, you're men. When you go to prison, we were told that we're pieces of shit. We were told that we're animals, and when you've gone through a decade of that, it gets in your head. Inside your mind, it's like, who am I? Like, who am I to think that I can do these things? It just turns you into nothing. It makes you believe that you're nothing, that you can't do it. And that's something that you can't put into, LAPD policy, and that's what the justice system does to you. Like, it breaks you.
But you know what? I can tell you this. Me looking at you, I don't see any of the things that you talk about. I would hope for you, for actually all three of you, that you guys are able to escape those boundaries that have been created, because guess what? At the end of the day, you have one life to live, and it's going to be predicated upon the decisions that you make now.
I believe the justice system could be better.
I honestly believe that they have a structure in place that can help. The people who are running it are the ones that need adjusting.
I think
lawn chair, what's
it
up,
needs
buddy?
a lot of work. I think the resources are put into a lot of the wrong places, and I'm not okay with saying, well, this is what we got, so let's try to work with it. Like, no, I think that there should be moves to try to improve the system. Like, I don't think we should ever be content.
You know, like I say, unfortunately, when the budget crisis happens, training is the first one that goes out the door. I think they need more training. If their training saved the one life, I think it's worth it.
But I also think communication to build a unity in the community, that way that it can be trusted with one another and be able to work with one another with all the challenges that's going on in this chaotic world.
Yeah. Good. Cool.
You guys, much appreciation.
Your prank call was hilarious. Did you like it?
We love.
Can Hindus and Muslims see eye to eye? Don't care. Actually, didn't ask. What's up, YouTube? Jubilee here. Can rival gangs coexist? Oh, I want to see this for sure.
Test 1 2 1 2. Hey guys, this is John. Welcome back to Middle Ground. We just wanted to remind you that we have a pod that
I like these videos.
I wanted my message to impact gang culture. You know, I'm one of you. Wherever I end up, you're gonna know that you can end up there too.
I was affiliated with the Blood Gang for my entire life. My heart, my soul, my family are Bloods.
I'm affiliated with the Capinella Park Power Rules.
The Anthony Park Millie Gangsta Bloods.
Power Rule Gang.
Black Peachstone Jungles. I'm affiliated with the Rolling 60s. Been gang banging for most of my life. No high school diploma, but I feel like I know it all.
When you young, you know, the excitement of it, the brotherhood, you kind of like fall victim to it. But I feel like it also prepares you for the real world and gets you ready for like a lot of like obstacles that you might run across.
Everybody just labels a gang member as just a terrorist threat. You know, just not real human beings, but that's not the fact.
Hey, how you doing? You doing, brother? You all right, brother? Squabble, boogaloo.
Yo, what's going on? My name's Seti Mack. I'm from Anthony Park. I do rapping and comedy, and I'm a jack of all trades, really.
My name's Jay Nasty. I'm from Compton, Schooltown. Freshly paroled from prison, a certified welder.
My name's Squabbler. I'm from the Jungles. I'm an up-and-coming artist from Los Angeles, California.
My name is Skip Townsend, and I come out the West Adams area, and I'm a job developer and also do human development.
Yeah, I'm Boogaloo, Westside Mellers. I'm one of the CEOs of Rose Fans Entertainment. My name is YS. I'm from Capinella Park. I'm an up-and-coming artist, and you feel me? I do a little bit of everything, just try to play my part.
My name is AD. I'm from Rolling 60s, and I'm a street actor. We all come. That's everybody big dog.
Yeah, let's talk about this stuff. A lot of people like in gangs, you know, we grew up together as like brothers. I can go spend a night at my homie's house, you feel like mama feed me, you feel what I'm saying? And together, we done came up with ways that we could feed the children. We done did backpack giveaways, we done did all type of shit, but the media, they always put out the negative about us, but they never like put out the positive shit that we did.
I feel like the media got like an old school perception on what gangbanging is or what gangbanging is about, and modern day gangbanging has evolved from what it's been back then. So now it's okay for Bloods and Crips to go to school together, to where back in the days you couldn't find a Crip at Centennial, you probably couldn't find a Blood at Crenshaw, like, you know what I'm saying? So nowadays we can coexist.
They don't never really show the unity of it all. Like they always show the separation, segregation. They don't really fathom the strength and the power we got inside our community. And I really don't think they really care about that. They put us in this one statistic box, you know, and they leave us right there. That's where they want us, but it's really up to us to say, okay, at least the next generation, we're gonna come with something. We're gonna come with positivity. We living, but we really not surviving. We too in competition with each other.
everybody hard now though, you know? So I see everything on social media and everything. I'm really locked in with all. I mean, I posted something positive about me giving backpacks away and stuff at the park and all that with the homies and stuff. It got like, what, 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I get like 5,000 views and I'm posting something crazy though. You get me? When you doing positive, you cloud chasing. When you doing negative, it's all good because that's what we used to. That's the bread and butter, I guess. That's what we already do.
So what's happening right now is you about to leave a legacy, right? But it's not going to be a financial legacy. See, if there was something you was doing positive and all them 5,000 views you got, they going to dwindle down to about 200-300 if you was empowering the community and shedding light and, like you saying, waking people up, then all that's going to go away. But as long as you got the negative influence, well, you're going to leave that legacy, but ain't nobody going to be able to eat afterwards.
Someone I love died.
That's crazy, man. We ain't even got to get up, man. Just ask a question while we sitting down.
The first time I ever seen somebody close to me pass away, I was young. My older cousin, right in front of my mama's house. Another black man, just typical statistic gang banging. And it's like, visualizing that as a young boy is like, that's probably one of the reasons why I am who I am today.
It's traumatizing.
Like it's traumatizing and it instantly adapts you to your community, to your environment, to where you at. Because it's like, if you don't get down like this, you're gonna get down like this.
I was 19 years old, man, and I had seen a lot of people get shot. But I was sitting there talking to this dude. It was actually Kid, Kevin Sykes from 60s. We sitting there talking for about an hour. I'm waiting to go skating. And as soon as he crossed the street, the van pulled up. They had been waiting the whole time, and they gunned him. And that's really fucked me up, man, to see that. They could have easily just came up and gunned us both. It wasn't about Cripper blood. It was just about that anger and rage, like, man, want to hurt somebody. And, man, it left something, a void in me that was, like, spiritual. Like, man, what is God doing? But also that rage was like, man, I want to hurt somebody. And I took it with me from the age of 19, and I just felt suicidal. Like I signed up every day to go out and be dead. I didn't care. I'm going to hurt somebody, they going to hurt me.
To this day, I still think, I'm almost guaranteed that I'm going to die from street violence.
Are you okay with that, though?
Well,
have you accepted that as a man?
Yes, I accept it because it's like all the negativity I done dished out.
See, I want to say
gotta get it
because this is what's causing me to change, because I made that same pact, that same vow for my gang that I'm gonna die for my gang. I'll do life for this shit.
Yeah.
But recent shit has showed me that I got another purpose. I could do something else. I don't have to die to gang banging.
Let me ask you something real quick though. You got a child, a baby, a girl.
I got 4
Yeah, I'm waiting for my leader.
So here's the thing: would you die?
My guild leader.
Of course.
But that's not what they want.
No,
They need you to live for them, and you ready to go out every day and die for them. And them the same people need you to be alive.
Damn, man. I done lost so many homies. I done lost some Crip homies. I done lost some blood homies. I'm over with this gang banging shit. If something happened to y'all, y'all will see that I'm so serious about this shit. That I'm on a whole nother note, homie.
Respect.
You feel me? And I don't want to lose y'all. If motherfuckers don't wake up and let's save each other so it don't have to be no more losses, we gonna lose. Straight up.
I think peace between rival gangs is possible today.
I do. I really do. Awesome. It's gonna be hard.
Look at the peacemakers move. Though.
Right. I've actually did it. That's why I feel like it could be peace, because I've actually sat in a circle and had a conversation with my enemies, and we cleared the air and killed our little difference. Now, it's not peace between all my enemies, but it's peace with the main enemies, with us. And we not even gonna call it peace, we will call it an understanding, because that's what it was. The understanding was y'all stay on y'all side, we stay on our side. Don't disrespect that line, and we good, and keep all that internet goofy shit, dissing. Y'all keep that shit out of the circle, and we good. And it's been working so far. We had little bumps and bruises, but it's been working.
This question was complex to me, because I'm thinking, like, are we talking about individually or gang-wise? Are we talking about in today's world, or like, are we working towards the future to get better? Because I believe that in the future, sooner or later, we are going to be able to function. Right now, with things that's been going on in the politics, it's hard to see it with the 8 Trays and the 6 Souls. That was an eye-opener for LA, because it was like, that's what modern-day gangbanging is working towards right now. It just takes time.
People nowadays, like, it's a revenge cycle. It's people that'll kill you that don't gangbang. they family or friend or somebody
you
that
shot my brother.
you feel me? So it's like sometimes the peace don't even be like on us because we not bigger. Nobody bigger than the court, you know. So it's like, all right, how is that one person right there just gonna say it's peace today, and then everything else is just peaches and cream?
I look at it like peace today is out just for the simple cause of the matter. Like it hasn't been a long period of time without a death or without a retaliation or without another man, woman from a rival gang getting murdered. Show that you don't want to come to my hood and bust on me or knock me down. Let me show you the same thing. And then once we get that understood, then you can go about your life. I'm gonna go by my business. But it's a thing called leaders and followers. It's some leaders that's gonna be speaking peace. You're gonna have some leaders like, no, they done did too much. It's this history. This is what it is. So it's like, as much as you want peace, I just live life for my individual peace.
Joining a gang is a choice.
No, it ain't no choice.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna step up to that.
I believe that at the very bottom of joining a gang is ultimately a choice. The power of influence is crazy, and it will blind you to make you think that it's not. A lot of people is family orientated, are born into it, but at the end of the day, I have the choice to say, yes, this is what I want to do. No, this ain't what I want to do, no matter what age I am or not.
I feel like it's for sure a choice. It's not like how it used to be where, like you said, you feel me, you got some type of ties to this game. Nowadays, it's like, oh, that little nigga look turn. Hey, you hang with a nigga for a cool amount of time, build a relationship with him. If you really a nigga and you feel me, you really got stripes and rep like you do from your era, you could easily take him over there and make it happen. It's a choice to certain people. Certain people just gotta go with the flow.
It's not so much of a choice. It's like a way of life where I come from in my family because we always gang banging. Like I grew up to seeing blue rags. I grew up to seeing my brothers gonna fight their enemies at the parks. I grew up to seeing dope sacks. I grew up to my daddy whipping dope in kitchens and all that. So it's like, that's not a choice. It's adapt to it. You adapt.
I didn't choose this shit. This shit chose me. I signed up and they accepted. You feel me? This shit like the military. Let's not play. I mean, you know, my daddy from Compton, you know, from a kid, this nigga had me in this red Cadillac, slapping through Compton, rolling up weed and dope. My mama side of the family, my cousin from Palmer Block Crib. Then I got other cousins from neighborhood Pyru down the street. And then I moved to the 60s at 8 years old. Then my older cousins, they start gang banging, you feel me? So it was just a way of life for me. This is what my family was about. It was no choice.
Luckily, I had big homies to where they didn't want me to gang bang. You feel what I'm saying? They always told me play football.
I had homies that didn't want me to gang bang either. You feel me? They was like, AD, go play basketball, go play football. I even had a nigga that Peanut. He used to come to me and say, stop gang banging. And I used to think this nigga thought I was soft, y'all. But the whole time, my nigga was being a real man and didn't want me to do this shit. You feel me?
I want to be Bruce Lee, man. Bruce Lee, I want to come home and kick everybody, man. But the Crips was at the movie theater. So we had to fight the Crips, and I'm 9 years old, and I'm like, man, I want to go to the movies. So it wasn't a choice. It was like, man, at the age of 13, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stop being a victim. I'm going to fight back.
I'm more afraid of peace than I am of a rival gang.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit, man. Can I start? Can I please?
Hey,
I'm starting this.
I'll
I fear the police because they the biggest gang in America.
Point blank. I think you just spoke for all of us.
They basically got all right to knock us down with no justice after that.
Yeah.
And on the side of them cop cars, it says to protect and serve. But they ain't doing none of that. They taking us. So it's like, of course I'm gonna fear you
because you're committing crimes. The fuck? What the? Look at this man's right here. Like, yeah, bro. We out here committing crimes.
The one that's supposed to protect us. So I'm looking at you in the sense of, okay, you're supposed to be safety, but no, you really coming at me with your gun out. You feel me? But I'm looking at this man. I know how he coming. It's not a facade how you gonna come. So I'm prepared for how you gonna come. You feel me? So when a cop come at you, why off top? If I'm supposed to be protected and served, why I gotta put my hands up all the time?
Just keep it simple, man. I'm afraid of the police because, let's say, for instance, my enemy shoot me and I survive. I can go revenge and honor that. You feel what I'm saying? The police shoot me, I survive. What the fuck can I do? And he can smoke me and can get away.
Look at OG right here. Look at OG right here. Look at OG right here. Just wait.
My homies ain't go rally up and go smoke them niggas. I know, you know where did it go? They done sent him to Santa Barbara somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? He had a whole other department. Still got his position. That's it.
I want my kids to be in a gang.
No. No. Not at all. Not at all.
I don't even know how to speak on this.
The reason why I wouldn't want my sons or my daughter to be in a gang is because of the way the perception that society has on a gang. It's not about the way the community views a gang, because all that is an address. But if my child is from a gang, then I don't fear the communities around it. I fear the police. I fear that if my son break in a house, well, he should go to jail for a year or two. But if he in a gang, he gonna get a 12-year enhancement.
I don't want my daughter to be in the gang because reality is only two roads. Either jail or jail. It's only you that slip through the cracks.
It's like, I don't want my kids to gang bang because I know how gang banging limits you.
Definitely.
You know, it keeps you stagnated. You know, you can't go out there and be adventurous and see the world. And like for my son, he can grow up and love a woman. Right. And her brothers could be from a gang that now you can't even love who you really want to love because you know, just don't limit yourself. I don't want my kids to limit themselves. You feel me?
This generation of gangbanging is a gift and a curse because it's kind of beautiful because we come from a generation that we figuring it out, we breaking it out. We got a lot of black entrepreneurs. We got sports players, we got rappers, we got people that got their own clothing lines. And this is all people that came from a gang, so it's like we not all bad just because we came from a gang. But as far as my kids getting involved with that, you don't have to gangbang to do all this stuff because you could go way further doing it if without those gang ties. But also, gang culture influences every. Tupac got influenced by gang cultures and cost him his life. So it's like, it's like gang culture influences everybody. But
Have a good night, Raps.
Kids, my nieces, my nephews.
Thanks for being here, brother, as always.
I do not want that.
No, it says, this shirt saves lives.
Me personally, I don't
It's my St. Jude's shirt that they gave me for donating.
This topic right here, I got a little twist to it. It's the definition of the word because see, us being black, the definition of a gang is, oh, they hoodlums, they thugs. But if you from a white gang, oh, that's a collective community. They just some regular people that do the same thing at the same time every day. So you know what?
Yeah, but those collective communities of white people, as you labeled them, to use your words, are getting together in fucking auditoriums and gyms at schools for the betterment of their communities, and you guys are out there fighting and killing and shooting and selling drugs for the most part. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, there's outreach programs among, you know, certain gangs have outreach programs where they actually try to help their community, but what is he talking about, the KKK? What is he referencing here? I don't get it. I don't get, what is he referencing?
Just might want my kids to be in a gang, a damn good one. But like, our LAPD or our sheriff, some shit for us, you feel me? So yeah, I want my kid to be in a gang, a positive one though.
Yeah, it's called a fucking community.
This video, real members aren't going to show up.
Certified.
Like, you know, everybody want to talk they shit.
Certified.
I feel like that comment is probably very kind of like valid in a sense because everybody will question that, like what type of gang members will want to speak openly about gangs on TV. But that's what separates the leaders from the followers of that gang. So it's all a mindset, y'all. It's really a mindset. I'm talking about getting over beefing with your enemies and everything. It starts with your mindset first, and hopefully I can shine enough light to everybody else see what I'm doing and be like, all right, he came from that. He did this and he doing this, and now look at him. And he's still back in his hood, which I really commend Nipsey for everything he did, because he showed us that at the end of the day, Nipsey Hussle got so big and he died from gangbanging politics. He died being a that the world couldn't even believe it, so they said it was a conspiracy. But at the heart of it, he lived his life as a real gangbanger and did what he was supposed to do. And when he died for standing up for what's right, that every gangbanger should have felt the same way. And it showed behind the love that he got that, and I feel like as a game banger, that's how you would want your legacy to be when you die. It's like, I'm bigger than game banging.
For the people that judge this game banging and all that, it's like this, like, I'm you and you me. I could easily live your life if God placed me right there. You feel me? I'm living my best life that I was given. I wasn't given a golden spoon. I wasn't given a silver spoon. I got this little styrofoam plate and this plastic spoon, and I'm going to build and I'm going to go with it. So before you get judgmental and say, they game banging and they doing it, come see. It's all about what you make.
I never thought that I would be sitting here with y'all. I never thought I'd be sitting with no Bloods. I never thought I'd be sitting with no Compton Crips. I never thought I'd be sitting with no other gang than 60. And I didn't want to sit with no other gang when I was a youngster. I didn't want to do nothing but go.
What's up, Flat?
I didn't want to do nothing but gang bang and make the hood proud. But now, that's out the question. My fight is for these people, for them. My fight is for every LA gang. That's my fight. I'm from every LA gang now. So if anybody got a problem with that, I got a problem with them pushing this piece, we gonna holler.
We got it out the mud. We ain't had no loan like Donald Trump, no $1 million loan. We got it out the mud.
Rolling 60 on these bitches, hitting all the switches. They call me the grave digger cause I'm picking ditches with my fork. Eat 'em like a spork. I'm not eating steak. I like it when it's pork and it's short and it's got some fat trims on the meat. I'm gonna squirt my squeak eat the beat. Right? Something like that? Alright. Well, I've been live for, what, about 4 hours? I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna play WoW. You guys don't want to watch me play WoW, especially Hyphonics is live. So go check him out. Obviously. Go check out John. Obviously, you know.
Because, like, you know, it sounds fucking great. There we go. Save that in a different file, and then when they go to this website that Blessed just gave me, sound stage. Bro, no one's gonna tell if it's staged if it's only been going on for 2 seconds. Like, if they hear something like that for 2 seconds, they're not gonna be assuming that it's staged.
I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? Love you guys.